Fox Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
A warm, pleasant Sunday afternoon, mostly cloudy skies here in the Meadowlands, where Chip Kelly brings the Philadelphia Eagles to town. 49 years young, grew up in Manchester, New Hampshire, spent the last 4 years, great numbers, coaching at the University of Oregon, and 1-3 to begin his pro career. Tom Coughlin, 67 years old, has already won a pair of Super Bowl titles and 151 victories. Saw the numbers against the Eagles. All of those games coaching against Andy Reid. The Eagles won the toss, elected to receive, and they'll get it at the 20-yard line. And that's where 33-year-old Newport News, Virginia native Michael Vick so far has hit on 55% of his passes, 5 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions so far for Vick.
Well, Michael Vick knows that this team needs to obviously run the ball, but they need more efficiency in the passing game with Michael Vick. Obviously, he can make plays with his legs. We already talked about they're the #1 team in the league in terms of explosive plays more than 20 yards. But the efficiency of this passing offense is going to come into question today.
Hawks saw movement from the left guard, the right guard, Todd Herremans.
False start, number 65, offense, 5-yard penalty, field first down.
And what Tuck also saw was movement by the right tackle. That's a rookie out of Oklahoma, Lane Johnson.
Fans can be a factor today, Tom, because as we know, the Eagles do a great deal on the line of scrimmage. If they can make this a long day, communication-wise, that's going to help their Giants.
Vick to throw it on first down. In double coverage was Deshaun Jackson. Of course, the Eagles are led in the running game, the #1 rushing attack in the NFL, and it starts with LaShawn McCoy.
Which sets up the big plays down the field to Deshaun Jackson. We just saw a shot that way. And on the anchors, they've got on the left side, Jason Peters, 9 years in this league. On the right side, as you said, a rookie in Lane Johnson protecting Michael Vick.
Second down and 15, and they give it to McCoy, who has the most rushing yards in the NFL. This is a beaten-up New York Giants defensive front.
And interior-wise, Mike Patterson and Jonathan Hankins have to hold up against the inside running game, while Prince Amukamara and Antrell Roll keep the big plays from happening down the field.
Linval Joseph inactive. He's been their most consistent defensive lineman. Giants show blitz. Here they come. Pretty good protection. And through the hands, it should have been caught by Jackson at the 35. The Eagles will punt.
The Giants are loving this start last week against the Denver Broncos. You saw the Broncos play a great deal of man coverage, which affected the Philadelphia Eagles. Didn't know if New York felt that comfortable in playing that much man. They were manned up there, and so far they win, all but with a drop pass by Deshaun Jackson.
Connie Jones puts a foot on it. Ruben Randall from the 30-yard line. A little bit of running room. Cuts it back to the inside. A return of almost 9 yards. And we get our first look today at Eli Manning. 32 years old, a 2-time Super Bowl champion, a 2-time Super Bowl MVP. Today making his 140th consecutive start at quarterback for the Giants. That is the second longest streak among all players in the NFL to London Fletcher's 202 now with the Redskins. They have the week off. Wilson, nowhere to run, and that has been the story, one of many stories for this highly ineffective New York Giants offense.
Well, the key to this offense is going to be in that reshuffled offensive line of the Giants. Jim Cordell and David Deal insert themselves into that starting five. David Wilson, if they're going to run the ball, it's going to be on his legs. And of course, they are always looking for the big play down the field, from Eli Manning to Victor Cruz.
Cruz already 3 100-yard receiving games this season, 164 yards last week in the loss at Kansas City. 2nd down and 9. Play fake to Brandon Jacobs, and looking down the field for Rueben Randle. And batted away. Looked like Bradley Fletcher stuck his right hand in between the hands of Randle and was able to punch it loose.
Yeah, Nate Allen was down there as well. When we talked with the Eagles, they were very focused on the big plays down the field. They recognized that they were going to have to set their coverages, and boy, he almost had that one. That was a missed opportunity by the Giants and Randle to come up with a big play. As focused as the Eagles are in not giving up big plays down the field, it's amazing that he got in behind the coverage there.
23% on 3rd down. Worst in the NFL. Looking for Nix this time, and they got it.
Boy, they're just bunched up on the outside up here. They scatter themselves. That's 2 times in a row. They got behind the deepest. And like we said, the Eagles, who were so focused on just not giving up big plays down the field, have been 2 shots down the field. There should have been 2 big plays. One was a drop, and they're a big catch that now has them inside the 15-yard line. For a team that focused on not giving up big plays all week, the Eagles better back up.
48-yard completion to Nix. They give it to Brandon Jacobs. And he's inside the 5 and down to the 4-yard line. Jacobs figures to get more playing time and more carries following the release of Darrell Scott earlier this week. And really back to where he was a couple of years ago as the power side. Then it was offset of Ahmad Bradshaw. Now on the other side of David Wilson.
And if you're going to be good in the red zone, everybody questions what keeps you from being good in the red zone. If you can't run the ball, at some point it's going to be a problem. And that's exactly what the Giants would like to do here, no matter who's carrying the ball.
Wilson to the inside, to the end zone. And a double backflip by Wilson. He's been saving that up. It's his first rushing touchdown of the year.
Just an inside delayed counter. Nice job on Kevin Booth pulling out and leading. It's one thing to follow a fullback, but now you're going to follow that big 6'5", 320-pound guard into the end zone by David Wilson.
If they get the extra point here, the Giants today have scored more points in the first quarter than they have in the first quarter in 4 games. So the big pass play to Hakeem Nicks, setting up the touchdown run. And what a celebration. They've been asking Wilson, are you going to do the backflip? Even a 10.
Navigation switches.
Check.
Bags fly free.
Check.
Free TV.
Check.
Legendary low fares.
Check.
Watching the big game from 30,000 feet. Not changing the core of who we are for the past 42 years.
Check.
If it matters to you, it matters to us.
A man and his truck, and a broken fence, and a lost calf, and the heart to search for as long as it takes, and the truck that lets him search for as long as it takes. The all-new Chevy Silverado, the most fuel-efficient V8 in a pickup, strong for all the roads ahead.
Deposit done.
I'll take it.
Cash only.
Done. Done.
Nice.
This is gonna be so rad. Tickets!
$40, right?
Yep. Done. And done. Wait, let me get a photo. Done. So done. I haven't answered how hard to do your
On your phone, online, on the go, Wells Fargo makes it easy to get banking done.
We make the only place to buy and sell verified, authentic NFL tickets.
Enjoy the game, Gary.
Guaranteeing the day belongs to you. NFL Ticket Exchange.
Today's Game on Fox is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com.
What a start for the Giants, the winless Giants on their opening drive. They march down the field, get a touchdown. Thus the early 7-0 lead.
And Tom Coughlin wants to capture the emotion here at home. We had him 2 weeks ago, Tom, against Carolina. And even though they had a couple opportunities with a muff punt, interception, they never grabbed the emotion. Last week, the same way. This week, if they can hold on to this emotion at home, it'll go a long way to avoiding that 0-5.
And once more through the back of the end zone. And once more the Eagles get the ball at the 20-yard line. Talk about his Philadelphia offense. First team through 4 games in nearly 50 years to put up 1,000 passing yards, 750 or more rushing yards. First in the NFC and in the NFL in rushing offense, second only to Denver in total offense. They went 3 and out for only the 4th time all year long. Their first possession today. And Vick to throw it on first down. Slings it over the middle. And is that a catch? No.
Let's go back and look at the touchdown. The Eagles are all about number counts and plays at the line. Well, you know what? Eli Manning can count too. And down on the goal line, when you only got 6 people, I can count on my offensive line to punch it into the end zone. If the Eagles continue to give the Giants the right number count, you can expect them to run the ball a whole lot more.
Second down at 10. Good run by LaShawn McCoy. We mentioned the most rushing yards in the NFL. 468 of them so far for the 25-year-old out of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Leads the league in first down rushes, 10-yard rushes. Also first in yards from scrimmage. Vick to keep it. And dives ahead for a first down up to the 31-yard line.
Everybody talks about the read option offense and how much it's being run and not being run. It's kind of fallen off the shelf a little bit. For all the talk about it here in this offense, Michael Vick's only run it once a game in each of the previous 4 games. We saw it there. Pulled the ball down, got around the edge for the first down.
Good protection. And just out of the reach of the rookie tight end, Zach Ertz, and a flag comes in. That's Will Hill playing for the first time this season. He was suspended the first 4 games.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 25, defense, 15 yards from the previous spot.
Boy, we're gonna have to see this. Will Hill's coming over the top, trying to break up the ball. And you can see here, he's going to take a shot. I don't know if he actually made contact. He's leading with the shoulder. Nope, that's head to head. As much as he was aiming and trying to lead with the shoulder, when you get head to head, it's going to get called every single time.
That's a good call. Tom Coughlin didn't like it. First time on the field for Will Hill. And he's hit with a 15-yard penalty. McCoy up to the 49-yard line. That'll be a gain of 2. Second down and 8 coming up for the Eagles, trailing 7-0 here in the opening quarter.
So far, we haven't seen the efficiency in the passing offense that the Eagles hope to have with Michael Vick. It's only the penalty that has moved the ball down the field in the passing game.
Boy, looking for some way to run. played beautifully by Jason Pierre-Paul. They're hoping that coming all the way back from back surgery, that maybe a month under his belt, he's getting healthier again.
Well, this is a freakish athlete that is dealing with injury, and they're hoping that he can get stronger with every game. There you can see the strength of holding the point and then shucking the blocker to get to the outside, to force it inside and make the tackle.
3rd and 9. They run it 3rd and 9. Flag comes in from behind the line of scrimmage. Short of the first down on a carry is McCoy. And this will be against Philadelphia. Will be declined by the Giants. That was the initial signal.
Holding, number 62, offense. 10-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
That was on the center, Kelsey, and I tell you what, that shows the confidence that Chip Kelly has in his running offense to run that type of play on a 3rd and 9. I'm sure the number count was right and the defense was right. Got a question here why, when you can get a team to punt, you would give them here the most explosive big play offense in the league at 20 yards or more. Give them another shot. I'm not quite sure why you wouldn't turn that down.
Vick scrambling, and now he'll run it. Long way to get there, and he will get there, and then some. All the way to the 28-yard line is Michael Vick, the all-time leader in rushing yards by a quarterback.
Well, this is going to happen to any quarterback, let alone a Michael Vick with a 4-man rush. He steps up. Everybody has their back turned to him because they're in man coverage. And now you turn a 3rd and 10 when you could have had the punt into a 1st down for the Eagles.
Well, 1st down, they fake it to Bryce Brown out of the backfield, and then Vick lost a yard. Mike Patterson, the longtime Eagle, covers him up. Of course, Patterson, a former #1 pick by Philadelphia in 2005, started 99 regular season games with the Eagles.
And as we said in the open, it's going to fall to him, to Hankins, to Jenkins to clog up the middle to stop LaShawn McCoy from going off. You can then focus on the outside edges on Michael Vick to not let this running game hurt you.
Design run for Vick here. And he tries to turn the corner and maybe a yard short of a 1st down. I want to get back to something you brought up, Brian. The carry by McCoy was short of the 1st down.
Yeah.
Which would have forced Philadelphia to punt.
Other than you're going strictly for field position, nice jam on the inside. But boy, you're worried about your offense being pinned down with a short punt or whatever. I don't know. I don't have an answer for you as to why you would not push a team off the field when you have them beaten on 3 downs and force them to punt.
Well, they went with Bryce Brown on 3rd and a yard. They do not get it. Mundy stacking up along with a rookie Hankins playing in his 1st NFL game. And now Alex Henry, a 40-yard field goal try. And this one right down the middle. He had missed field goals in 3 consecutive games from that distance. Eagles on the board.
I hate watching with Ramsey. All he does is yell. They can't hear you, Ramsey. But every time he's come over this year, we've won. And he always brings Bud Light. Little dog won't come out from under the couch. But we're winning. I love you, Ramsey.
Bud Light, for the fans who do whatever it takes.
He's like lightning on his feet, the baddest man in the There he go, watch him go.
Hey, Julio!
Just keep your elbows in a little more.
You think this
this will catch on? Maybe a little.
Want to win your own football fantasy? Just tell us. Then use your Visa card for a chance to win it.
A man. A man and his truck, and his son who would rather play computer games than go camping. And a valley, and a river, and the stars, and a new convert. The all-new Chevy Silverado, from one generation to the next, strong for all the roads ahead.
Daddy, it's time for my princess show.
Fear of missing out on football can strike at any moment. Download NFL Mobile and get every touchdown on Sunday afternoons with NFL Red Zone from Verizon.
Today's game is sponsored by Bud Light, official beer sponsor of the NFL.
10 plays, 58 yards. It ends with an Alex Henry 40-yard field goal. Take a look at the defensive numbers for these two teams. Dead last and next to last in points allowed per game. David Wilson from the 7-yard line escapes one tackle, then dragged down at the 23. We're just outside the Big Apple. The NFL on Fox. 7-3 Giants in front.
A man. A man and his truck, and his son who would rather play computer games than go camping. And a valley, and a river, and the stars, and a new convert. The all-new Chevy Silverado, from one generation to the next, strong for all the roads ahead.
What's that? KFC Go Cup. That looks better than this.
Victor 7, we have a 1031 in progress.
You take this one, kid.
Why settle for an ordinary snack? Try crispy tenders and wedges. Just one of 5 new KFC Go Cups. Only $2.49 each. Today tastes so good.
The Miller Lite Punch Top Can. Let it flow. It's Miller time.
It's the breakout hit of the fall.
Imagine the delinquency we could perpetrate if we really put our minds to it.
Everything you know about our history
You invented the Boston Tea Party.
is history.
So that you could steal something from the British?
See why everyone is hopelessly hooked on Sleepy Hollow.
Get down!
All new tomorrow at 9/8 Central on Fox.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by the all-new 2014 Chevy Silverado. By KFC, the official sponsor of Couchgating. KFC plus football equals Couchgating. And by Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
The New York style pizza there, Brian. Can we get a little bit of that right now?
Can we get one of those up here? Huh? Let's send out a runner.
You're the guy that won a Super Bowl. You ought to have some pull. First down, play action, Eli fires to the far side, and once more is able to complete the pass. First catch today by Victor Cruz.
Well, you showed the numbers, Tom. These defenses have struggled, and for the Eagles defense, Trent Cole and Brandon Graham have to be the pressure that comes from the outside. DeMeco Ryans brought in. He has familiarity in this new 34 defense, and Earl Wolf, due to the injury in the backfield to Patrick Chung, he's going to be the guy that's got to get deep as the deepest, because right now New York's shown they want to put the ball deep.
Wilson on a second down carry, second down at a yard, able to pick up the first down up to the 35-yard line. Of course, Wilson's a guy they drafted ultimately to replace Ahmad Bradshaw, and they are still waiting for Wilson and this running game to get things cranked up.
Well, that's the heart of what the New York Giants want to do, of course, and Tom Coughlin, time of possession. It's noteworthy that San Diego and Kansas City had the ball for almost 40 minutes and kept this Philadelphia Eagle offense on off the field and on the sideline for the majority of the game in those 2 losses for the Eagles.
Bear Pasco leading the way for Wilson. Tries to turn the corner and able to pick up close to 4. We check in for the first time back in Los Angeles and say hello to Kurt Menefee.
Hello, Tom. Seahawks off to a good start at Indy. That's Golden Tate. 10-yard touchdown from Russell Wilson. Seahawks have had the ball twice, scored both times. We lead it 10-0. Tom, Brian, and Laura.
All right, Kurt, thank you very much. Of course, Kurt and company, they'll all be here on both Fox Sports 1 and right here on Fox Sports, coverage of the Super Bowl that will be played, of course, here at MetLife Stadium. Crossing pattern, and it's Hakeem Nicks, who's been so quiet since racking up 114 receiving yards in week 1. He was shut out when we saw the Giants 2 weeks ago in Carolina.
Well, this is as simple as it gets, particularly with the inside pressure of the Eagles opening up this inside alley. Quarterbacks hate slant routes because they don't know where the inside defenders are. But Eli Manning knew that he was getting pressure, that it was going to be an open, easy alley to Hakeem Nicks.
Brandon Myers in motion. Manning down to the 32-yard line, and once more it is Victor Cruz. Cruz, the 10th most receptions in the NFL for the 4th most receiving yards.
Just down in here, they're spreading out this defense of the Eagles. I'm a little surprised to not see more passive coverage by the Eagles. This is great hands. That's the kind of ball that gets intercepted when it's high like that. Maybe just tips off the hand and the corner comes in behind it. That's great hands by Victor Cruz.
Good start for Eli Manning, hitting on 4 out of 5. Had the big 49-yard completion to Hakeem Nicks. And they give it to Wilson. And that'll be a gain of 3.
Nice job blocking by the wide receiver, Ruben Randall, on the outside. You know, you talk about, can the Giants get the running game cranked up, and it's all focused on the inside on this revamped offensive line. But you're going to see on the very top of your screen, Ruben Randall comes in, he stalks, he comes back and cracks back on a nice job on the rookie, Earl Wolf. If you're going to run the ball well, particularly on the outside, your receivers have to be a factor.
Play clock down to 2, down to 1. And I'm not sure they got the timeout in time, did they?
First
yes.
Team timeout. Giants.
The Giants at the Eagles 26 when we come back.
A man and his truck, and a broken fence, and a lost calf, and the heart to search for as long as it takes, and the truck that lets him search for as long as it takes. The all-new Chevy Silverado, the most fuel-efficient V8 in a pickup, strong for all the roads ahead.
Hey!
Guten Morgen. Guess who?
Mr. Mojito.
Okay, it's gotta be really fast. I've got 1 second.
Hey.
No way.
Wait. Hey, ça va?
Look, the boy.
Stop calling me.
Oh my God, no!
How
they looking?
We did it, baby. Oi, Mike.
What?
Detective, where's your MX?
Where's your human? I'll lead you in.
I do not advise that, sir.
Let's go. You're not like the MX.
He's special, just like you.
It's all about pink on the field and in the booth together. The NFL and the American Cancer Society helping women across the country to make a crucial catch to fight breast cancer. You can go to NFL.com/pink. This time of year, Brian, you always look so handsome in the color pink, and very nice of the NFL to provide us with these fancy ties. I want to get back to that decision a minute ago. You pointed out immediately Tom Coughlin, it appeared, had Philadelphia in a position where they would have punted the ball. He moved them back, made them do third down again. They convert and ultimately get a field goal.
Yeah, I can only conjecture that Tom Coughlin lost the down or thought that the spot was further down the field and that he had gotten the first down. That could be the only thing that would explain why you would take the penalty.
Eli Manning lost his footing back at the 35-yard line on that first down play.
There's no penalty flag, but they're conferring about something down here. There was no flag thrown, so we'll have to see what this leads to. Unless they're talking through the, I don't know that it can be intentional grounding because the ball, he was inside the pocket. There was no apparent receiver.
Intentional grounding, number 10 on the offense. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. There was not a receiver in the area. Lost it down, second down.
Yeah, Eli Manning, in going down to the ground, he loses his footing, and you can see as he comes up in here, again, he's in the pocket, he's going down, so he's just trying to minimize it. There is nobody within a $4 cab ride of that ball, even here in New York. And so they had to come together and say, okay, who was in the area? Was he within the pocket? And they got it right.
You don't have to go very far in New York to rack up $4 in a cab ride.
Yeah, that'll get me from Park Avenue to 3rd. And I'd have to walk half the way. Oh, boy.
Eli Manning pointing to the other side.
False start.
Nope.
63. Wow. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
That's a center, Jim Portal, starting for the second straight week for the injured David Boss. James Brewer started at right guard last week. They got David Deal back following thumb surgery going all the way back to training camp. So Deal is playing right guard. The left side has remained the same with Booth at guard and Beatty at left tackle.
And the Giants are last in the league in third down conversion, in no small part because of the long third and longs they find themselves in, and they're apt to be in another one unless they get some big yardage here.
Eli nearly fell down again and tried to sneak that one into the hands of David Wilson and just beyond his reach.
And this has been the issue for New York. When we talked to Tom Coughlin and Kevin Gilbride, the offensive coordinator, about their woes on third down, it's real easy. You can see here, this is twice now that Eli has slipped into the pocket, but he says it's real easy why we're so bad on third down. We lead the league in 3rd and 10+ attempts. The odds aren't in your favor with that, and they're certainly there now.
They're third down and 25. They need to get to the Philadelphia 17-yard line for a first down here from the 42. Short gain on the catch by Jarrell Jernigan. That's only his second catch of the year, defended beautifully by Kerry Williams. So a promising drive stalls after a couple of penalties. So now Steve Weatherford on to punt. Damaris Johnson, who as a rookie a season ago returned one punt, 98 yards for a touchdown. And try to pin him inside the 10 here. And that's a swing and a miss by Tremaine McBride. So right back come the high-octane Eagles on offense, trailing 7-3.
Tracy calling Hemlock Holmes.
Go ahead, Tracy.
Elroy, you're a genius. A regular chip off the old block.
It's morphin' time.
Kid, call the police and have them pick her up.
Right away, Michael.
Giant robot, put your laser ray on that tower.
think Uncle Gadget may be in trouble.
Go, Gadget, conquer!
Bones, you and Sulu to the transporter room. The rest of you with me. We have a job to do.
Battle's over. We got our PlayStation 4s a while ago, got here early. You should have been there.
Play the future first. Grab a Taco Bell $5 box, and you could win a PlayStation 4 before it's released.
We're all professionals. We all know the score.
This is legit business. 401ks, tax returns, and all.
We're gonna move quick, and we're gonna keep cool.
My job, my score, get your own!
You are alone, you pathetic psychopath!
Suppose a group hug's out of the question?
Grand Theft Auto 5, out now. Rated M for mature.
PlayStation.
7-3 Giants in front. Philadelphia beginning this drive from its own 20-yard line. Mentioned all the injuries on his Giants defense. No Corey Webster for a third straight week, nor his backup J-Ron Hosley. He's out. Aaron Ross placed on injured reserve. He's done for the year after a back injury. And LaShawn McCoy close to a first down, about a yard short. Let's go back to that drive where the Eagles wound up getting a field goal.
Yeah, it was a 3rd and 9, and LaShawn McCoy gets 5 yards. It's 4th down. And they get a hold call on Kelsey, and so they're going to have to punt, but for some reason the Giants accept it, and now Michael Vick cranks it off. A big play down the field that salvages 3 points out of the drive.
Second time Michael Vick, and now a third time is carried for a first down. And flags come in from the far side of the field. Brett Selleck lost his helmet.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 26, defense, 15 yards from the end of the play, first down.
That's Antrell Roll. Two-time Pro Bowl safety.
And they're all wadded up here on the inside. He must have a hand on the helmet. And when the helmet comes off like that, yeah, that little pull right there, pulling the helmet off. And Tom Coughlin saying, come on, you're smarter than that. That last little bit was not needed, and it just cost us a penalty.
Now Vick looking for Ertz, a tight end, and defended beautifully by the third-year linebacker Spencer Pazinger. Pazinger coming off his best game of the season last week, got his first career sack. Also rammed Alex Smith and forced him into his first interception of the year. Vick has not completed a pass, and we played nearly an entire quarter on the ground, and McCoy slips a couple of tackles and somehow turns about a 7-yard loss into a 3-yard gain.
Well, the New York Giants are very comfortable with their linebacking group matching up with the tight ends, Brett Selleck, on the Philadelphia Eagles. That allows them to stay in base personnel to a certain degree. That helps them against the run.
Blitz coming, and batted away by Jason Pierre-Paul, and the Eagles will punt.
Well, if there's one guy you want to be blocked coming off that edge, all 6 foot 5.5 inches of him, this is pretty easy for Paul. He's lucky the thing didn't get batted up higher in the air, because Paul's a good enough athlete to take this thing off the backboard, so to speak. That's a lot of pink staring you right in the face when it's Jason Pierre-Paul unblocked by the offensive line of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Now Donnie Jones puts a left foot on it. Angling toward the sideline and covered perfectly by the Eagles.
Jason Pierre-Paul, we know what kind of athlete he is. The key for him is setting the edge in the running game as he does here, and then forcing LeSean McCoy back inside, power rushing the right side of the offensive line of the Philadelphia Eagles. And of course, if you leave me unblocked, I am going to come down and knock it down.
Paul had the back surgery during the offseason, missed all of training camp. He bruised his knee last week. Everybody talks about that 2011 year where he had 16.5 sacks. Dropped down to 6.5 last year. He has 1 this year. Final play of the opening quarter is a handoff, and still running around is Wilson, and that will be scored. No sign given yet. Are they saying forward progress at the 1 or the 2 yard line?
Wow.
Cedric Thornton was right there waiting on Wilson.
That is the end of the first quarter.
And the ball will be spotted at the 2 yard line. So that's the end of the opening quarter. Giants 7, Eagles 3. The NFL on Fox continues in a moment.
One more week. We heard you, mates. So we're adding 1 more week of unlimited scampi, buffalo, or crispy battered shrimp. Try them all with our signature sirloin plus a side for just $14.99. But unlimited shrimp is only here for 1 more week, so hurry in before it's gone.
You're watching the NFL on Fox.
When it comes to midsize sedans, no other vehicle compares to the Kia Optima. It has an available GDI turbo engine, 34 mpg highway, UVO voice-activated infotainment system, and so much more. And if that wasn't enough, here's one feature the competition just can't beat. Game over. Right now, get the 2013 Optima starting under $22,200 and see why it's one smart move.
Coming up, and then when you get
Can I play?
No, you didn't even get football.
When you've got 100% fiber optic Fios, you get it. America's fastest, most reliable internet. It's the ultimate for downloading, streaming, and chatting.
That guy all over the football field.
Thanks, Joe. If the running backs don't start picking up the blitz, the quarterback's gonna have a long night.
Is that your sister? Look, are you trying to take my job?
Maybe.
Technology that lets you play with the big boys. That's powerful.
Before they certify a pre-owned BMW, they inspect pretty much everything.
Even the cup holders?
Yes.
Rear defroster?
Mm-hmm.
Front bumper?
Yeah.
Door handles?
Did you take my yogurt?
Air conditioning?
Yes.
Lower speeds?
Yeah.
Mirrors?
Yes.
Turn signals?
Yep.
A lot goes into a certified pre-owned BMW, so you can get a lot out of it. Get yours right now at the 2nd annual BMW Certified Pre-Owned Sales Event. Hurry in for exceptional offers through BMW Financial Services.
Well, they're checking David Wilson for something. They're going into the locker room. We don't know quite what yet. I'd be checking for why are you spinning down inside in your own end zone on that kind of run. You got to get all the yardage you can. You've left your team a little vulnerable here.
Well, I think a lot of Eagles fans are wondering how was that not called a safety. Reuben Randall on 2nd down and 13 is up to the 11. I mean, let's take a look. He's met immediately, but tries to start running again, Brian.
Well, Thornton pushes Cordell right back into it, and now he tries to spin out of it. You can't do this far backed up. But the question is, was he in the grass? Was that forward progress? As you say, if he'd have spun out of this and gone 80 yards, would they have called the play dead?
That's a question for Mike Pereira, of course, former head of NFL officials. And now back at our studios in Los Angeles, it has to be one of the toughest calls for any official to make, and we're going to ask Mike about it. Blitz coming on 3rd down, and it's incomplete. Mike, how do you see that play? How do you think the officials on the field see that play?
Well, it's very interesting. Now, to me, as I look at the play, clearly he's driven back. And if you maintain contact, you'd have forward progress in the field of play. But he disengages. And then Wilson actually turns and tries to run again. You know, looking at that, I think the fact that he disengaged and then tried to run puts him back into the end zone. And I'm inclined to think that's a safety.
Well, we thought the same thing here, but obviously the Giants getting a break. They're forced to punt out of their own end zone, and what a punt by Weatherford. All the way back to the 32 as Johnson slips one tackle, breaks another, back to the inside, and spun down to the 40-yard line. So rather than getting a safety and then getting the football back, the Eagles have it from their own 40-yard line.
Well, Fox, tonight, the scariest night of the year, comes early to animation domination with all new Halloween episodes, including The Simpsons Treehouse of Horror. All new tonight, starting at 7, 6 Central on Fox.
Now, let me ask you a question. Are you a big haunted house guy? You know, when haunted houses gets cranked up all over the country for Halloween?
Nah, I'm a coward at heart. All the time. No. Where I live, they have all the cornfields, you know, where they cut the...
Oh, yeah, it's scary
no,
stuff.
I don't want to be doing that. At night in a cornfield where they cut some paths, no thank you.
They dump it off to LaShawn McCoy. Good blocking in front of him. And that's a gain of nearly 13 yards. Got a good block from his center, Jason Kelsey.
That's a tough play for the Giants. We got a guy down here. He's either hurt or winded.
It's Matthias Kiwanuka. They're going to come out and take a look at him. The Eagles were already back offensively to the line of scrimmage. And we'll be back.
It's nice having an SUV out here.
I know. Lots of power and good gas mileage.
Which is so much better than having lots of power or good gas mileage.
That'd be like playing hide or seek.
This game is stupid.
Nobody is even looking for us.
Pipe down, you two. We're winning.
I like and better.
Yeah.
And is better. The 2014 Explorer. Only Ford gives you EcoBoost fuel economy and a whole lot more. Go further.
Wait, I think you have the wrong guy here.
Bill is talking, but the man with the neck tattoo is just not listening.
There's been some kind of mistake.
If only he was more like Bill's DirecTV. With DirecTV voice control, all Bill has to say is find romantic comedies, and there they are. Right now, Bill is looking forward to watching Love Actually, and looking forward to blacking out soon. Search and record with just your voice. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by DirecTV. If you call yourself a sports fan, you gotta get DirecTV. By Corona, who invites you to find your beach this football season. And by Windows.
Michael Vick and the Philadelphia Eagles trailing 7-3. A first down at the Giants' 48-yard line. Vick did not complete a pass in the first quarter. McCoy with huge running room, back-to-back carries for the NFL's leading rusher, and he's down to the 31-yard line.
Well, we talked about how the inside of the Giants line has got to gobble up the inside protection scheme of the zone read. You can see on the end, Tuck had to freeze to make sure Michael Vick wasn't going to pull the ball out, and that allowed LaShawn McCoy to crank off the big game.
Chris Polk into the game for the first time. Second year back, undrafted rookie a season ago out of the University of Washington. He scored on a 4-yard touchdown, his first ever carry in the NFL at Denver last week. Chip Kelly said he's going to start getting a little more playing time in this offense.
Yeah, because as we talk about, you want to be careful how many times you're asking LaShawn McCoy to touch the ball. Come season's end, you're going to need a fresh LaShawn McCoy to keep this offense humming.
And that's Zach Ertz, a rookie tight end out of Stanford, in the reception down to the 7-yard line. 1st and goal for the Eagles.
And this is what Zach Ertz right here, real easy to see, and a very simple corner route. This is what we call a long receiver. You hear the term all the time. Nice arc on the ball. Let every inch of that 6'5" body reach out to where he's the only one that could get to it.
They give it to Polk, cuts it back to the inside, and he stopped at the 4-yard line.
This is where the running game of the Philadelphia Eagles suffers a little bit. When you get inside the 15-yard line, I don't care what your number count says, the DBs are close to the line of scrimmage. You need to nail down the edges with tight ends, and that's exactly what the Eagles are doing right now. They've got 2 tight ends, which they're not in a whole lot, to nail down those edges to give the running back more options in the running game.
Brent Selleck on the right side, and they try to go behind him, and what a play made by Will Hill. Dropping McCoy for a 4-yard loss.
I just told you that the DBs are closer to the line of scrimmage. Will Hill pulls the trigger on the inside. Right tackle Todd Hermans looks back and says, wait a minute, where'd that little guy come from? I'm standing there blocking nobody, and here's a guy in giant blue tackling my running back behind the line of scrimmage.
7th play of the drive, 3rd and goal. Look into the end zone, and it's overthrown. Had an eye on Jason Avant. So the Eagles, couple of real nice runs by McCoy. The completion to Ertz inside the 10. But at best, they'll walk away with 3.
Well, the Eagles and Michael Vick are seeing something outside and deep, because that's where all the throws are going. They've tried a number of corner routes, not a whole lot in the middle of the field. There's something in that Giant defense that says they can take those shots.
Henry from 27 yards away, and that one is good. Our cameraman David Strump down there in the hat, taking a hit from Antrell Roll. Come on, David, you got to get up. We're a few players down this week.
That was helmet to helmet. That ain't gonna bring a fine.
This is not just a laptop. They're not usually this thin, this light. They don't let you touch and draw. Not like this. This is not just a tablet. It has a click-in keyboard and Microsoft Office. This lets you run your favorite apps next to your favorite apps. This is the new Surface, the one device for everything in your life.
It's the most advanced high-tech prison ever built. We need to know it's escape-proof.
When do we start? He's hired to break out of prisons. Someone wanted this place tested. You don't look that smart. You don't either. But this assignment is a trap.
The people who paid for you to be here want you here forever.
On October 18th, we can punish who put you here. To find the truth, they must find a way out. I'm gonna burn this place to the ground. Let's do it. Escape Plan, rated R, October 18th.
One more! One more! Let's go, yo! Go! One more! One more! One more time! Come on! One more! One more! Let's get it! Let's go!
Proven hydration to help replace what you sweat out.
One more championship! Let's go, baby!
The Giants defense, 1st and goal for the Eagles at the 7-yard line, and they hold Philadelphia to 3. And Antrell Roll, you thought, was leading with his helmet there on David Strump.
Yeah, that's a finable. I don't know if it comes from the league, but he may get a letter from Fox for taking out David Strump. This is part of the concussion protocol. He just got a call from his mother. You know who this woman calling you is and why she's got your number. I think he's okay.
So that's our protocol at Fox. The NFL, you have to see doctors in a series of tests. And Brian, you're saying that you just have to know if mom's calling.
If you recognize the number, you're okay.
All right, if you're thinking about getting a new truck, you're probably thinking about fuel economy. Well, you're going to want some torque to go with it. Because unless you're using your truck to deliver pizzas, you ain't getting anything done without it. Torque is power. It pulls trailers, hauls dirt, drags boulders. Torque is what gets the cap off your beer. And only the Ford F-150 with EcoBoost has the best combination of torque and fuel economy. Think about that. This is the 2013 Ford F-150.
What is this place? I was just back there shopping.
Did you find anything?
Well, I found this shirt, but I can't find any pants that fit.
Good luck with that.
Finally! Something in my size! Gloves! Hey! Look at Tom! He found an entire outfit!
Stop shopping in no man's land. There's a better way for bigger men to find clothes. Destination XL. Big on being better.
Are you settling for the same old, or are you making it the original with Pizza Hut's $10 any pizza deal? Any pizza, any size, any toppings, delivery, dine-in, or carry out. Just ask for or use promo code 10ANY. We all have a choice. Make it great.
It's Darrell, Mr. Rollback. Ready for the October savings event? On Rollback, you save $100 on this Samsung TV. Rollback, rollback, rollback. It's Rollbacktober. At $1.98, no rollback required. Get more for your money at the Walmart October savings event.
Monday on Fox Football Daily. Howie Long joins the guys and breaks down his top 5 defenses in the NFL. We'll also have a live report from Atlanta for Monday night's action between the Falcons and the Jazz. Monday on Fox Sports 1.
Today's game is sponsored by the 2013 Ford F-150 with EcoBoost.
Hope you're having a great weekend. We welcome you back to MetLife Stadium. David Wilson has come back from the Giants locker room. Helmet on, appears to be ready to come back into the game. Laura Oakland is standing by for a report. We'll get to her after the Giants snap it on first down from the 20-yard line. Play fake. Had a wide open Hakeem Nicks. And Eli missed him. How about it, Laura?
Tom, it's actually great news that he is out here. He was in the locker room being evaluated for a neck injury, so looks good if he's able to go in, the fact that he's even out here. Also, last time we saw Kiwanuka, he was on the field being tended to. He has his right ribs, right side, patted him up. It looks like he is going to go back in the game as well on the defense.
All right, Laura, thank you very much. Brandon Jacobs. Out of the I formation, they give it to him. And that's a gain up to the 26, I beg your pardon. It'll bring up third down and 4. We check in from Los Angeles with Kurt Menefee.
Well, Seattle blocked an Indy punt for a safety. The Colts returned the favor. They blocked a kick, and then Delano Howell takes it 61 yards with a couple of moves at the end to get past the kicker for the touchdown and a 14-12 Colts lead early in the second. Tom, Brian, and Laura.
That's a good one there. Seattle, first time in team history off to that 4-0 start. Got the win on the road against the Texans in overtime. And now on third down, Manning out of the shotgun. Throws it into traffic. And that is defended beautifully by Bradley Fletcher in coverage of Ruben Randall. So 3 and out for the Giants. And on first down, they missed a big play to Hakeem Nicks.
That hurts because we talked about having to convert on the 3rd and longs. That was a 3rd and medium. And in the punting game, the punter for the Giants, Sean Weatherford, he's got to keep that thing outside the numbers because of the return game. Tom Coughlin made it very clear that he did not want the ball down the middle.
And a fair catch. Steve Weatherford punting to Damaris Johnson. And the Eagles started the 29-yard line after a 45-yard punt.
Khan Academy is a not-for-profit with the mission of providing a free world-class education for anyone, anywhere. If you look at a Khan Academy video, they can cover everything from basic arithmetic to calculus, trigonometry, finance. You can really just get what you need at your own pace. And so Bank of America came and reached out to us and said, we are really interested in making sure that everyone really understands personal finance. We're like, well, we're already doing that. And so it was kind of a perfect match.
Okay. Now that we're back from the mall, why don't we try on some of these accessories?
Do I have a choice?
No. Okay. To set set you apart. And this one's really special. Now you'll really stand out. And to protect you.
This is really gonna change things for you.
Yeah.
Isn't it about time you had a phone you can truly design yourself? With 2,000 ways to customize, Moto X matches your unique style from the beginning.
You look great.
Thank you. Please take almost all of it off.
Fine Chinese restaurant.
That's awesome.
I know. Voice activated and great gas mileage.
So much better than choosing voice activated or great gas mileage.
Be like eating sweet or sour chicken.
Yeah.
Oh. What is this?
Sour chicken. It's good, right?
That'd be awful. I think I like and better.
And is better. The 2014 Focus. Only Ford gives you EcoBoost fuel economy and a whole lot more. Go further.
We'll never know if somehow, in some way, we can affect the outcome of a game. But when the clock's winding down and everything's on the line, we all believe.
Welcome to the NFL. Charles James just activated off the developmental squad. He's got Brandon Boykin and Kurt Coleman showing you what life like a gunner is for in the National Football League. He's got to be thinking, really? I'm a developmental squad guy. Do you really need two of you? Yeah, that's how it works, son.
And give it up to Coleman. It's a guy that started his first 3 years in the league, and now he's been relegated primarily to special teams. Eagles trailing 7-6, 9:40 to play until halftime. First down from the 29-yard line, and Vick out of the shotgun. Been a quiet day for Michael Vick, perhaps until now. Right through the hands of McBride and into the hands of Deshaun Jackson. That looked like a ball that should have been intercepted.
Yeah, that interception written all over it. He's there step for step. He thinks the ball's underthrown a little bit, does McBride. He actually pulls up and backs off thinking he's going to get an interception. It literally goes through his hand. I guess that's why he's a DB instead of a receiver, because he can't catch. Wow, how do you let Deshaun Jackson get behind you?
So now Vick in the red zone. Great protection. Tried to find Avant on the crossing pattern. It's incomplete.
The New York Giants know that the Philadelphia Eagles lead the league in explosive plays. You stress it all week long. You configure your defense. You see Will Hill coming over the top. Thank goodness he was there, or this thing would have walked in and scored.
They're going to run it inside the 10, inside the 5, and that's a first down to the 1-yard line. First and goal for the Eagles. The center, Kelsey, and the right guard, Harriman's leading the way.
Well, we've seen more of this out of Michael Vick in this game than we've seen in the first 4 games, where he is a designed runner with a called from the sideline call that gets Michael Vick around the edge. Obviously, it's all set up with the inside fake to LeSean McCoy. But right now, Michael Vick's hurting him more with his legs than he is his arm necessarily.
First down, and McCoy waiting officially on the signal for a touchdown, and now we get it. LeSean McCoy, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the season, and the Eagles lead for the first time today.
Like we said, the Eagles get 2 tight ends in the game. This is a simple inside zone play. Just push and shove, a scrum, big body on big buddy. No number count there, no checking at the line. Just see who's bigger and wants it more.
Talked about this Giants secondary, really beat up. No Corey Webster for a 3rd straight week. No J-Ron Hosley. Aaron Ross goes to IR for the season. So they're bringing guys off the practice squad. Tremaine McBride filling in at corner. Whiffs on what turns into the home run ball to Jackson, capped off by the McCoy touchdown.
keep your elbows in a little more.
You think this will catch on?
Maybe a little.
Want to win your own football fantasy? Just tell us. Then use your Visa card for a chance to win it.
Dude, I need some Mighty Wings. They make me want to dance. They're spicy? He was like, I can't feel the burn with his tears. I hate puppets. I need a mustache so bad. Go get them all and watch me chew in. You want some more of their wings, yeah? Because he smashed them in the door. Man, that guy did it.
Players can't stop talking about McDonald's new Mighty Wings.
He's gonna take my Mighty Wings. No, he won't.
There's something for everyone to love at McDonald's.
I mean, this is party chicken.
Only took him 4 plays to go 71 yards. A big one, the 56-yarder to Deshaun Jackson. And the Eagles coming in at 1-3 on the year to take on the winless Giants. Have a lead for the first time today. To play until halftime. Giants will watch that one sail through the back of the end zone. I'd like to remind you, coming up on Saturday, the American League's best teams will look to their brightest stars to make the next unforgettable play, leading them to the ALCS and then on to the World Series. Legends are born in October. Boy, how many have been born in this area in the Bronx. Baseball's postseason, the ALCS, begins Saturday at 7:30 Eastern, Game 1. Only on Fox, and of course, right now, unless Tampa Bay can get it together in a hurry, trailing 2-0 to the Red Sox, the ALCS next Saturday will be coming your way on Fox from Fenway Park. Up to the 24-yard line on first down for Brandon Jacobs. This Giants offense has been very quiet the entire year. They've only scored a total of 7 touchdowns, but look inside the game today. 115 yards, 5 first downs in the opening quarter. That's the last time the Giants had a first down. Throws to Nix, and that's their first down of this quarter to the 40-yard line.
Well, in the first quarter, the Giants did what we said they knew they had to do. Time of possession, keep it away from the Eagles. The Eagles had a couple 3-and-outs. When they get down in scoring position, all they could come away with is field goals. But it flipped in the second quarter. They gave up big plays. They have to have a sustained drive here to kind of pull that time of possession back in their favor.
Quick throw once more to Nix, and run out of bounds after a gain of almost 9. Of course, Nix had back-to-back 1,000-yard receiving seasons in 2010 and 2011, and last year battled through a foot injury, a knee injury. Only played in 11 games, and outside of the series opener, Brian, you wouldn't even know he's on the field for the Giants the last 3 weeks until today. 4 catches, 94 yards, including that 49-yarder on the opening drive. Ball's loose. The Eagles say they have it. Brandon Jacobs coughs up the football, and Tom Coughlin has been down this road before. That is the 17th turnover of the year for the Giants.
Well, the problem had been with David Wilson. They've got the big back Jacobs in there, and the ball just comes out. He didn't get hit. He had the exchange. He's not hit yet. It looks like he's trying to change directions, and the ball just slips out. That's one thing to get hit. Sometimes that happens no matter how you carry it, and the ball's just hanging there forever. Tom Coughlin scratching his head. Who can I put in that's not going to turn this ball over in the running game?
That's Michael Kendricks, speedy, athletic linebacker in his second season. And now McCoy on first down for maybe a yard. Jonathan Hankins wrapped him up.
And this is the one as a coach, the ball comes out, and as a coach, guy comes over to the side. He didn't want to fumble. you know, and you spend all that time, you're just thinking, my gosh, we're 0-4. Where do you go from here? It's not only because of the effect of the play, but how does that affect your team? Do you begin to start to think that you're snake bit?
Vic on second down. Deshaun Jackson, and wrapped up immediately by Hill. Tackle at the 40-yard line. It brings up a 3rd and 3, and you get the feeling, Brian, it's a very important 3rd and 3 for this Giant defense right now.
Desperately need to get an out here. And with the the Eagles, we've already seen they're willing to run it here. This isn't just a passing down. They tried a 3rd and 9 run. Certainly a possibility here as well.
Yep, they run it. And McCoy will get a first down and then some to the 31-yard line. They'll move the chains as we're closing in on 5 minutes to play until halftime.
LeSean McCoy, look at that little jump cut. This guy is so strong, so powerful, and this guy in the open field, you do not want to have that happen. He is so shifty yet so powerful at the same time.
Vic rolling away from Hankins, and he'll just take off. That'll be a 13-yard run for Vic, and he pulls up over on the sideline. That almost makes you wonder if that left hamstring didn't grab him.
He just striding it out. He knows he's going to get out of bounds. And all of a sudden, once that thing grabs, he's a good enough athlete. If he started to feel it, he can pull up and protect himself. But right there, you know he could feel it pull up.
And yet Vic is going to remain on the field. Of course, Vic won the job in training camp in a battle really with Nick Foles. They threw Barkley into the mix. They handed off on first down to McCoy. He's bottled up to the line of scrimmage, and once more it's Hankins right in the middle of all that along with Rodgers.
Now, Tom, it is a little muggy here. You wouldn't think it was misty in the morning. It's a little warmer. Hopefully this is just a cramp, that he felt a bit of a cramp. He's telling him, look, I'm okay. Hopefully that's all it was and he can work it out.
Big rushing numbers for Vic. And all day to throw. Pass caught by Avant. At the 13-yard line, it brings up another 3rd down. Eagles so far today, 3 out of 7 converting on 3rd down.
The Giants, given the way the Eagles have run, may have to stack the box here a little bit, which would open up a play fake and some one-on-one action down the field to these outside receivers.
And McCoy is short of the first down on a catch out of the backfield, and Vic was hit after he turned it loose. Well, now it appears as though Chip Kelly is debating going for it. 4th down and a long one. And now things better.
Yeah, a little bump in the back. Vic's going, wait a minute now. I didn't think that was legal. Just that little shove. I'm hurting enough as it is.
It took a little while for Kelly to send out the field goal unit.
And this is obviously the right thing to do. Get it to 16 points.
2 out of 2 today is Henry, and now you can make it a perfect 3 out of 3 hitting from 29 yards away. 16-7 Eagles in front with 2:38 to play until halftime. The Giants have 2 of their 3 timeouts remaining. They get the 3 points after the fumble by Brandon Jacobs. Of course, you know, Tom Coughlin has a track record, if you will, on many things, most of it winning. Another would be benching running backs who fumble the football. He did it with Wilson in his first ever game last year against Dallas. He did it with Wilson again in the first game, fumbling twice against the Cowboys in the season opener this year. Heck, he benched Andre Brown in the preseason for fumbling.
Well, and we talked about it before. As a coach, as an offense, when stuff like that happens, the ball just literally comes out. You do begin to question, look, is this just fate? Is this not our time? Are we destined for this to be us? When a guy like Brandon Jacobs just flat lets go of the ball, you worry about that. Here they're working on Vic. My guess is that he's cramping just a little bit in the way that he's reacting to it. Hopefully more so than than a pulled hamstring.
Jarrell Jernigan going to bring it out from deep in his own end zone. And it's only to get to the 14. Remember now, Jernigan's returning kicks because of the injury to David Wilson. Right now for a game break, let's say hello for the first time today in Los Angeles to Joel Klatt. Hi, Joel.
All right, thank you, Tom. And we go to Indianapolis, where Russell Wilson finds Jermaine Kearse. 28 yards. Seahawks take the lead back from Indianapolis. It's 19-14. Back to you, Tom.
Joel, thank you very much. That's a good one there.
Yeah, it is. And the Seahawks, if they can go out and get that on the road the way they're playing now, oh boy, they're slowly becoming the prohibitive favorite in the NFC.
Giants trying to get something going before the half. The catch made by Nix. That'll be a gain close to 10, depending on where they spot it. Needed to get to the 24-yard line, and that's right where they put the nose of the football. That's a first down. Closing in on the 2-minute warning. Dangerous throw there by Manning. Great coverage by Fletcher on Ruben Randall. Stopping the clock at 2:03.
And Eli Manning figures he's going to get these kind of throws because outside the shots he took early in the game where he set them up for their lone score, this Eagle defense is staying true to form. They're backing up, not giving the big play, and the consequence is that the Giants, as you can see here, haven't done a whole lot with it. With after that initial touchdown, a punt, a punt, a punt, and a fumble.
Second down, and Manning crossing route once more to Nix, who's off to a huge start today. That's a first down to the 40. We're at the 2-minute warning. They're still taking a look at Michael Vick after he pulled up on the sideline, reaching for that left hamstring.
Today's game is sponsored by Visa, proud sponsor of the NFL. Visa, turning football fantasies into reality.
Yes, I will.
I don't intend to take this up as a trade. A one-time deal, right?
My back's against the wall, man.
What's the buyout?
$100 million.
How bad is it?
They think we're all involved, don't they?
You're not the straight dude people think, are you?
I guess not.
The counselor. You don't know someone till you know what they want. You might keep that in mind.
Rated R.
All right, if you're thinking about getting a new truck, you're probably thinking about fuel economy. Well, you're going to want some torque to go with it. Because unless you're using your truck to deliver pizzas, you ain't getting anything done without it. Torque is power. It pulls trailers, hauls dirt, drags boulders. Torque is what gets the cap off your beer. And only the Ford F-150 with EcoBoost has the best combination of torque and fuel economy. Think about that. This is the 2013 Ford F-150.
Google, what is glossophobia?
Glossophobia is the fear of public speaking.
Resolutely faithful.
The only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
Chocolate chip cookie just got better.
Introducing Papa John's new Mega Chocolate Chip Cookie. Add one to any pizza order for just $5. And now for just $10, you can create your own pizza with your choice of any 3 toppings. Order now.
Xbox One is changing the game in the living room for NFL fans and now brings you the game-changing play of the week. Trailing in Houston in the closing minutes last week, Seattle cornerback Richard Sherman picked off a Matt Schaub pass intended for Owen Daniels. Sherman returned it for a score to tie the game, and the Seahawks won in overtime. Experience the NFL in game-changing new ways with Xbox One, the official game console of the NFL, coming November 22nd.
Hakeem Nicks with more receiving yards in the first half today than he's had in the last 3 games combined, only the second time in his career. He's had 100 yards or more receiving in a half. Giants with a football, just under 2 minutes to go, trailing 16-7. And Manning flushed out of the pocket, and it's incomplete. I thought you did all the scary promos. Fox tomorrow. Everyone losing their heads over the new hit series Sleepy Hollow. An all-new Sleepy Hollow tomorrow, 9 Eastern, 8 Central on Fox.
Kerry Williams is going to be watching that. Went to Washburn University. Their nicknames, the Ichabods. You wouldn't have got that in a million years. No, not in a million years. No. With odds.
No. The Ichabods.
The Ichabods.
Second down. And in good protection this time, looking for Ruben Randall. And broken up by Bradley Fletcher. And Randall is hurt. Down to the 13-yard line, gripping it looks like his hand or his finger, perhaps a wrist.
Fletcher played it perfectly, just kind of baited it in, got that right hand around, but no penalty there. Didn't change the impetus of the receiver. Nice timing. Looks like either came down on the elbow or the wrist.
So now third down. And Manning just has to throw it straight in the ground. And the Giants will punt. We check in downstairs with Laura Oatman.
I want to give a quick Michael Vick update. The Eagles are saying what we knew in terms of it is a hamstring, and he is going back in, but watching him that entire series while the offense was on the field, he didn't stop. He was massaging it. He was running up and down the sideline and just trying to rub that cramp out or that tightening out. He's going in but looked very frustrated, shaking his head the entire time he was there. Anyone who walked up, he would shake his head, just saying how frustrated he was.
And again here, we're looking at the punts on the outside. They want to make sure, Weatherford wants to make sure that thing stays to the outside, does not want to give them, in the waning seconds of this half, a chance to return it, and does a nice job position punting.
That is a great punt by Steve Weatherford. There is a penalty flag back at the line of scrimmage. They'll make him kick it again if this is against the Giants. Because there's no way the Eagles are going to take the football to the 7-yard line.
Offside, number 22 of the receiving team. That penalty's declined. First down.
So the Eagles will get it at the 7-yard line. Penalty against Philadelphia. And now Michael Vick back out there despite the injury to the hamstring, has all 3 timeouts and 1:33 to play until halftime.
I'll be interested to see what do you want to do here. You're backed up with 1:33. Your quarterback's got a little bit of a leg. I mean, the Eagles are aggressive by nature. It's part of Chip Kelly's DNA. But again, with a quarterback that's nursing a little bit of a hamstring, I'll be interested to see how much he's willing to run around to try to make a play happen.
Well, he's got McCoy standing next to him. 3 receivers set to the bottom of your screen. Play fake to McCoy. Vick gingerly rolls to his left and throws it away. Took a big hit from Jason Pierre-Paul. He did not appear to be moving very well back in that pocket.
No, that's got to be a concern. I'm not sure you don't go with Nick Foles right now.
And here he comes.
Yeah, that you could tell right now. Chip Kelly could see he was not healthy getting outside the pocket. Michael Vick does not want to come out, but he knows he needs to. Now, what do you do with the new quarterback in the game backed up on your 7 yard? Well, you got to be very careful. You've got the momentum in this game. I'm not going to let him just fling it down the field arbitrarily here now. I'm as aggressive as this next guy, but I'm not stupid.
Well, safe throw there to McCoy, and he'll be about a yard short of a first down. Clock continues to run. Foles, of course, is a rookie out of Arizona last year. 7 games, 6 starts, 6 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. This is the 3rd game he's played in this year. In the blowout at Denver last week, hit on 3 out of 4, and they convert on 3rd down. And now Foles, we'll see if he hurries them up to the line of scrimmage. We're under a minute. As they're again looking at the knee of Jason Pierre-Paul. He bruised a knee last week in Kansas City, and another Giant is hurt on the field. That's the veteran Justin Tuck. This has been an extremely rough stretch for these Giants, to say the least. You haven't won a game, and you look all over the defense. Webster, Ross, Linval Joseph, J-Ron Hosley, Stevie Brown, going all the way back to before the season ever began.
At a time when you're 0-4 and the one explains the other to a degree, but what that does to you emotionally now. And Justin Tuck, who was very much at the forefront, telling his team this week, I don't want to hear about any talk about questioning what we're doing or what 0-4 and 5. You're going to have to deal with me with that, because we're going to be professional about this. We're going to back each other up, and we're going to stay true to the Giant culture.
Foles to the near sideline, and that is a catch by Avant. And Vic, oh so tenderly, started to go into the locker room. And another safe throw as McCoy tried to turn the corner on Keith Rivers. And once more, it came on a 13-yard run to pick up a first down.
He gets outside. You can see Jason Pierre-Paul gets sucked inside, then comes back out and is able to run it down. And you could see Vic just couldn't pull away. Normally Michael Vick, even if it is JPP, could usually get around that corner, and he had no push on it whatsoever.
Third down, and a catch made by McCoy out of the backfield, and that is good enough for a first down up to the 35-yard line. Clock at 31 seconds to play.
The Eagles have 3 timeouts. Even with 31 seconds, they have the opportunity now. I don't know if they're going to force it down the field, but Nick Foles will take this chump change all the way down, at least into field goal position.
Spotted just beyond the 35. And Foles across the middle, and that's Ertz, a tight end at midfield, and the Eagles will call timeout. First of the half for the Philadelphia Eagles. So we're 25 seconds away from halftime. What's coming up, Kurt Menefee?
Coming up on the Visa Halftime Report, the Chiefs and Patriots look to stay perfect, and the Jaguars try to get 1 in the win column. That and more when Jimmy Johnson, Michael Strahan, Howie Long, and Terry Bradshaw join me at halftime on the Visa Halftime Report. That's stiff even for Howie, isn't it?
Ball in midfield. Had significant injuries already in the game today. We'll wait on the second half to find out about Vic. David Wilson has not come back after suffering a neck injury. You saw Paul on a sideline a moment ago, and Tuck had to leave, although Tuck is back on the field. Brown wrapped up in the open field by Hill at the 44, and another Eagles timeout. 19 seconds left.
Well, they need about another 10 yards or so to get into field goal. This has been a nice job by Foles just to work his way down the field with nothing but underneath throws.
Brian, you're always on the lookout for the uniform police.
Yeah, how do you get that job? What are the qualifications for that? Obviously, he's going through his checklist here to see if he wants to make sure everybody has pink on.
That's the old Giant great Joe Morris.
How about that? That's a copy of the bill that you get.
Take a look at that thing. What a Joe Morris. What an outstanding player he was. That's Jason Pierre-Paul back on the field, dropping Foles all the way back at the 43 just as he got rid of it, and there is a penalty flag.
Number 90, defense.
That's why Paul
penalty.
got there so quickly.
First down.
The uniform / on-field inspection.
That's a lot of stuff on there. I'm glad they don't check us. Although you do look pretty good today. Yeah, Jason Pierre-Paul, the reason he got to Nick Coles so early is he was offsides.
So it is a first down after that penalty. to the 39-yard line, and Foles, that's miscommunication there. He thought Jackson was headed down the sideline. 9 seconds left, and you have 1 timeout.
Yeah, you're not in you're in field goal range in terms of you take a shot, but you need a few more yards here to make this a makeable field goal. So that was a bit of a shot with 9 seconds. You've got 1 timeout left, so you can do what you want with this to get it in field goal position, but you got to get that timeout called very quickly.
Alex Henry's career field goal long is 51 yards, so you need about another 8 or 9 yards here, and they're going to get plenty of that. 4 seconds left, and Jackson makes a catch at the 18-yard line. So Foles comes on from his own end zone and takes the Eagles in a position for a field goal try.
That was a beautiful throw. You could see Deshaun Jackson was looking on the inside. Foles threw it where the only safe place to put it to the outside. He adjusted. That's a big time play there.
.36-yard field goal try and a perfect opening half for Henry. And how about Nick Foles? Came on when the Eagles had the ball at their own 7-yard line. A lot of easy, safe throws, but delivered his best throw on his final throw, the completion to Jackson. And the Eagles cap it off. Foles going 7 of 8, 68 yards on the drive in relief of the injured Michael Vick. And the Philadelphia Eagles fell behind on the Giants' opening drive 7-0. And they scored 19 points unanswered.
Well, and that's Nick Foles coming off cold. We may very well see him in the second half because they may not want to test that pulled hamstring of Michael Vick.
NFL on Fox continues with a Visa halftime report coming up after this.
We're leaving!
Others have a better statistical chance of surviving.
Detective John Kennicks was ambushed and left for dead. Science brought him back.
MX partners have become mandatory.
But it will take a machine to bring him to life.
I can't say that I was born, but I was made to feel.
From executive producers J.J. Abrams and J.H. Wyman.
There are other ways, Detective.
Leave me in! Move!
Fantastic. I get the synthetic with the bleeding heart.
Almost Human premieres Monday, November 4th on Fox.
I got you white chocolate pumpkin.
Oh, please don't call me pumpkin.
No, there's white chocolate and pumpkin.
Oh.
Pumpkin.
Haha.
Pumpkin is back at Dunkin' Donuts. Hurry in for delicious pumpkin coffees and lattes today. America runs on Dunkin'.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Toyota Corolla.
Elevate your style. Introducing the all-new Corolla.
I stand up strongly for principles, and I speak bluntly and directly, and I say what I believe. But I also know that my job is to get things done for the people of the state. Every accomplishment we've had in New Jersey, cutting taxes, cutting spending, improving education, tenure reform, pension and benefit reform, everything we've done has been a bipartisan accomplishment. See, I think as long as you stick to your principles, compromise isn't a dirty word.
Chris Christie, the governor.
Nice car.
Sure is.
Make a deal with me, kid. You can have the car and everything that goes along with it.
Give me smile, kid. Give me smile.
So what do you say?
Thanks, but I think I got this.
The all-new CLA, starting at $29,900.
Right, where are all the pumpkins? Pumpkins back at Dunkin'. Now you tell me.
Try the new pumpkin pie donut or any of our other many pumpkin treats today. America runs on Dunkin'.
This Fox 29 program presented by your Delaware Valley Amco Dealers Association.
Welcome to the Visa Halftime Report. What's your football fantasy?
And welcome to the Visa Halftime. Kurt Menefee along with Terry, Howie, Michael, and Jimmy. Time to check out the highlights so far here in Week 5, starting with Drew Brees at the Bears.
Only one of the best to ever play the game. Come on now, Jay Cutler. He is sacked by Malcolm Jenkins. Cameron Jordan recovers for the Saints. This will lead to a Saints field goal, and they're up 6-0 over the Bears. Second quarter, Brees back into the flat. Play action, roll right, finds Pierre Thomas. Bonjour, 2-yard touchdown, first touchdown on the season for Thomas. 13-0 New Orleans. Pump right, throw left, screen pass, Pierre Thomas. Where you going, Pierre? I'm going to the house, TV. 25-yard touchdown. All Saints. My God, I'll never pick against them again. 20-7 over the Bears. Seahawks at the coach. Russell Wilson, the short quarterback on the left, and the tall one, Andrew Luck, on the right, since the guys in the pregame show didn't know the difference. Luck to T.Y. Hilton. 73-yarder, Howie. Check it out. Down the sideline, corner route, beautiful job. Longest touchdown pass of Luck's young career, 12-7 Seattle. And then Seahawks field goal attempt. Colts block it. All right, Delano Howell recovers it. 61 yards, Kurt. Look at this.
Nice little stutter step, too.
That's nice. Set it up. Well, as Mike said, he had to go to that film room and watch that punter run him down to the holder. Not would have been funny. 14-12 Colts. Beautiful job by Wilson here as he finds Kearse. Great adjustment. 19-17 on the road. They're doing it again, folks. Awfully impressive. Seahawks 19-17 over Green Bay. Over the Colts. Lions, Packers. Calvin Johnson, Nate Burleson, starting receivers for the Lions out of this game. Rodgers finds Randall Cobb. What a great pass. What a beautiful job by Cobb. One-handed 22-yard reception. Green Bay's up by 3-0. Now, there it is. Packers 6. You know, I keep waiting for more highlights. Packers, Lions. There are none. And then my twin brother, Tom Brady, coming out. Leading those 4-0 Patriots. Set up, roll right. Now, what are you going to do? Not this. Don't throw behind you. That's what Dalton does. Brandon Spike says, thank you very much. We have no score. First red zone interception for Dalton on the season. LeGarrette Blount then fumbles. Reggie Nelson recovers for the Bengals. This led to a field goal, and we're tied up at 3-all Patriots and the Bengals. Chiefs at the Titans. 4-0 Chiefs, 3-1 Titans. Punt. Bounces off. Damian Williams into the end zone. Marcus Cooper recovers. Hey, folks, that's a touchdown. If you know the rules, TB knows the rules. 10-0 Chiefs. Ravens at the Dolphins. Mike, pay attention. Tannehill, the quarterback, out of Texas A&M. Underthrow it. That's right. Back shoulder, Charles Clay. Howie, we can do this. 9-yard touchdowns, 13-6. Dolphins on top of the Ravens at the half. And the Jaguars at the Rams. I got another nephew playing in this game. Matt Giordano says, I don't know. I didn't know Christmas came this early. Standing right there. And Gabbert threw it right to him. I don't know what Blaine was thinking. That's a nice job by the Rams, 24-10. St. Louis all over the Jacksonville Jaguars.
They've wondered that in Jacksonville for a couple of years now. What was Blaine thinking when he threw that pass? All right, let's get back to the game that most people are watching. Philadelphia and the Giants. Michael, I don't know if you have anything to say, but...
Well, yeah, I do. Jimmy?
Okay.
Well, I think the Giants are looking at this, and it got Michael Vick out of the ball game, and there's no doubt taking away him running the football is going to be a big part of it. But they may not like who's coming in with Nick Foles, because I think Nick Foles could protect the ball, and especially protect the lead 19-7 right now. So, you know, really this Philadelphia offense, I don't think they're going to miss a beat, you know, with a backup quarterback.
You're saying they'll get better?
Well, I think they'll protect the ball. They may not have the turnovers. They won't have the threat running the football, but they'll be able to protect the ball.
I kind of agree with you there.
Foles is 7 of 8. He's a better, more in-the-pocket type of passer. Efficient. And the Giants, you know, we had the fumble earlier.
What's wrong with them?
The Giants aren't playing well enough to overcome fumbles, to overcome mistakes, misjudging deep balls, Deshaun McCoy making those plays. Giants just need confidence plays. They just haven't been able to make any.
They need a pep talk.
I can only do so
they
much.
Need more than a pep talk.
Well, he can't do any more right here because it's time for our piece of play in the first half. Comes from the Seahawks game, Jerron Johnson after the block punt for the safety. We'll get you back to the Meadowlands after this. If your football fantasy never seems to come true, call an audible. Tell it to Visa, then use your card for a chance to win it.
You're watching the NFL on Fox.
This is Paul's new Honda Civic, the same car that will take him and a very pretty girl on the best first date ever, with the Pandora that will set the mood on their 1-year anniversary, and the Bluetooth Bluetooth that will remind him she's a keeper and don't mess this up. And the glove compartment that will hold everything he needs, including one very small box. Start something special now with the Civic from KBB.com's most trusted car brand. Visit your local Honda dealer today.
My name is Tina. I live on Staten Island. I'm a Jets fan and I'm a cancer survivor. It was October 2011. My husband and I were watching Monday Night Football. I said to my husband, "Why are they all dressed in pink like this?" He said, "Well, it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month." And then I just decided to start to check myself, and I felt something. 2 weeks after that, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. Watching the Jets game that night, it was a crucial catch for me. It saved my life.
Fox tonight at 8, 7 Central. It's an all-new Simpsons Treehouse of Horror. And here's a sneak peek.
It's not too late to get hooked on the series everyone's talking about.
See that door over there? That's the door you go out right now.
The Ultimate Fighter, all new Wednesday night on Fox Sports 1.
How do you steak 'em? Steak 'em stir fry, steak 'em nachos, steak 'em wraps. How do you steak 'em? Tell us and win on Facebook.
When it comes to midsize sedans, no other vehicle compares to the Kia Optima. It has an available GDI turbo engine, 34 mpg highway, UVO voice-activated infotainment system, and so much more. And if that wasn't enough, here's one feature the competition just can't beat. Game over. Right now, get the 2013 Optima starting under $22,200 and see why it's one smart move.
Complete over the middle. Tripped up at the 40. Nice pass and a big first down for the Spartans. Nice job of moving the rush by.
That dude is huge.
That's you, Jones.
That's me.
You're home for the most live sports. Xfinity.
Before they certify a pre-owned BMW, they inspect pretty much everything.
Even the cup holders?
Yes.
Rear defroster?
Mm-hmm.
Front bumper?
Yeah.
Door handles?
Did you take my yogurt?
Air conditioning?
Yes.
Lower speeds?
Yeah.
Mirrors?
Yes.
Turn signals?
Yep.
A lot goes into a certified pre-owned BMW, so you can get a lot out of it. Get yours right now at the 2nd Annual BMW Certified Pre-Owned Sales Event. Hurry in for exceptional offers through BMW Financial Services.
We know it's your most important video conference of the day.
Hi, buddy.
That's why the free Wi-Fi and hot breakfast are something to smile about. Feel the Hamptonality.
How do you steak 'em? Steak 'em stir fry, steak 'em nachos, steak 'em wraps. How do you steak 'em? Tell us and win on Facebook.
Eagles in front at halftime. We invite you to follow your favorite team all season long. Just go to iTunes.com/NFL for more on Michael Vick. Here's Laura Oakman.
Well,
I walked out with Chip Kelly and said immediately, how's your quarterback? He said that hamstring is tight, but they were planning on coming out here, putting Michael in, seeing how he did. He also made sure to say to me, but if Nick Foles has to go in, we have all the confidence in the world in him. Michael Vick just walked out, came up to me. I said, how are you feeling? And he said, not good. I said, but you're going to go out there and test it? And he said, I'm not sure yet. So he's still kind of walking it off right now and seeing how he feels before he gets out there, if he is going in or not. His coach said he will be. Michael wasn't sure.
All right, obviously we'll keep an eye on that. The Giants will get the football to begin the second half. All right, Brian Billick going back to Coach Billick. Adjustments at halftime for each of these teams.
Well, as odd as this sounds, for the New York Giants, you've got to stick with the run. Now, I know they've only run for 32 yards, but if you turn this into a throw game, you're going to be in trouble. That will set up the big plays down the field. For Philadelphia, just don't turn the ball over, because other than the first drive, I don't know that New York has shown the ability to go the length of the field.
Darrell Jernigan replacing David Wilson, returning kicks. He'll take a knee as we're underway here in the second half. Wilson, you may remember, and that was a play we talked about where it looked like the Giants defense in the opening quarter, not looked like, they had stopped Philadelphia on a third down. It was a holding penalty against Philadelphia. Tom Coughlin took the penalty. They had another chance on third down and 15. Vick ran for a first down, ultimately leading to a field goal. But on that drive, David Wilson was injured the drive prior to it on offense. First down carry to Brandon Jacobs, and he's up to the 24-yard line, and we check in once more with Laura.
Tom Coughlin said that first half, it's all about the offense right now, or lack of it. Said first drive was outstanding, second drive very good. Then what followed after that was them hurting themselves with the penalties. Said we've had guys who are open. We have to be able to get them the ball. And like Brian said, he said we've got to get the run game going. Consistency is what we need in the second half.
Well, they're trailing 19-7. A gain of 4 yards on first down. Brandon Jacobs, whatever load there might be, figures to carry that load. With the injury to David Wilson, he'll get the football for a second straight time. He fumbled in the first half, you may remember. And he lost yardage there. It'll bring up third down and long for the Giants. Their offense has been so poor this entire year. And they were awful outside of the first drive, which was a touchdown drive.
Well, I go back to the time of possession. We talked about how important that is when you're playing an Eagle team now. And right now, the time of possession is actually in favor of the Philadelphia Eagles. That's going to have to flip if they're going to get back in this.
Manning 10 of 20 in the first half, 152 yards without a touchdown or an interception. And he just throws that one, a jump ball. And it's incomplete. So the Giants begin the second half with a 3-and-out. And this rather sparse crowd. It's a sellout, obviously. Every game here at MetLife Stadium is sellout. But a number of empty seats. These Giants have began this year 0-4. That one nearly blocked. And not giving Johnson a chance to return it. Let's see if Michael Vick comes out for the second half. We'll let you know when we return.
A thank you that actually thanks you. Rapid rewards that are rapid and real. An airline that responds to your loyalty with a little loyalty of its own. Unlimited reward seats, no blackout dates, and points that don't expire. If it matters to you, it matters to us.
On my right is the new Dodge Durango. She's got it all, including 25 Impegus Highway. What? Impegus. 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 MPGs, 25 Impegus. I'm saying it right, but it just doesn't sound familiar.
It's the taste you asked for, but never saw coming. Introducing the new fiery Doritos Locos Tacos with a hint of lime and a lot of fire. Only at Taco Bell.
Got the best flow now, and everybody knows. Got the best flow.
The Miller Lite Punch Top can. Let it flow. It's Miller time.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. By the new 2014 Dodge Durango. By Miller Lite. It's not just a good time, it's Miller time. And by Taco Bell. Sometimes you gotta live Moss.
We asked the question going to break, would it be Michael Vick to begin the second half? And there you have your answer. Pulls a play fake to McCoy. Good protection. Incomplete. Laura Oakman.
You are all watching Michael Vick right now being worked out as Nick Foles goes in there. I can tell you he's dejected. He told me he was consumed this offseason with becoming the quarterback no one thought he could be, and a huge part of that was staying healthy for 16 games. That was a big thing, not just stats being his goal this offseason, but being the quarterback that he said everyone said he would never be, and that starts with being healthy.
On the incompletion, a penalty went against the New York Giants. So the ball up to the 27-yard line, and on first down they give it to McCoy, bottled up behind the line of scrimmage, and somehow, some way able to get back to it.
And this should change the equation for the New York Giants, because Nick Foles isn't going to keep this ball and get to the outside the way Michael Vick can. He might do it, but he's not going to get very far. So they can remove that element of this running game. Can the Giants defensively focus on LaShawn McCoy on the inside and keeping coverage down the field?
The penalty was on Antrell Roll. That was defensive holding. And down the middle of the field, Deshaun Jackson, and good coverage out there by Tremaine McBride.
Pretty good throw by Nick Foles. I'm amazed that the Giants are willing to let this kind of one-on-one matchup between Deshaun Jackson and McBride. Gets a hold of that hand right there. You might have thought catchable, but boy, I'm going to hold your arm down and see if you can pull a ball.
Now third down and 10. Foles rolling, throws, and very close to a first down. Depending on where they spotted it, looks like it is a catch made by LaShawn McCoy for a first down.
And he's right on the edge here. Obviously possession and both feet. He's in the middle there. Does it? Looks like a wide receiver. Oh, is that toe in or out? Boy, that's a tight one. Yep. And now they're going to bring about the challenge.
First team timeout. Giants.
Well, the Giants did not throw the challenge flag. Tom Coughlin, the Giants sideline, called a timeout.
Yeah, I assumed because it stopped play that it was the challenge. He may be buying himself some time here to have that thing looked at. Now he's burnt the timeout in doing it anyway, but obviously he's got it in his hand, and he's trying to listen to his booth upstairs as to was he in or out. Now he's going to do it. And this is the tough one, because if he loses this, he's going to lose both timeouts.
All right, so they'll take a look at it.
The Giants are challenging really on the field of a completed kick.
Well, we're going to keep it right here.
Here's the tough part. If you think you're going to challenge, throw it. If you lose the timeout, so be it. But call timeout and now challenge. He's got to be awful sure that indeed this thing was out of bounds.
Ryan, walk us through a little bit. Yeah, I know every team's a little bit different, but you know, trying to get word from upstairs, how does that happen for most teams?
Well, you've got guys watching this, but even that at best, as this thing rolls through, for instance, they're seeing it like we are right here. Is that in or out? Now, you want it to be out, and your emotional instinct may say, Coach, he was out of bounds, but do we get a view? Remember, this was viewed as a catch right there. I don't see anything that would overturn this. He may have been out of bounds, but we don't have Hawkeye here in the U.S. Open where we can tell, you know, just by the centimeter whether he's in or out. It was ruled a catch. I haven't seen anything to definitively. He's got control of it as he goes down. It looks like he has it throughout. Well, bobbled it a little bit there. No, Tom Coughlin, you know, in this instance, he may have saved himself the first down because that movement of the ball, meaning a timeout. Also now,
and a first down. You're right.
Exactly right, because now that's going to be ruled as an incompletion. He may have dodged one here.
So this is that through the process.
Absolutely. And here's the key, not whether his foot is out of bounds. That's what I've been focusing on, and I can't tell. He's got the ball up here, right? But now as he comes down, I want you to watch underneath as the ball comes out. Right there. Excuse me. He's got the ball coming out right here. That thing's beginning to fall out. And he's lost control of it right there.
Well, Mike Pereira back in Los Angeles. Is that the way you see it as well, that this is through the process?
I always agree with what Coach Billick says.
That's right. That's a smart thing to do.
Loose. Coming loose when it hits the ground. Now, he'll still get charged with his original timeout because he didn't challenge at that time, but he will win this one, certainly should win this one, and then won't get charged with the second. But this is the process. I think the two toes were on the ground, but it came loose on the way to the ground, and then again when he hit the ground. So,
all right, Mike, I got a more important question for you, all right? Real quick before Walt Coleman comes out. If you agree with Billick all the time, why'd you fine him almost $100,000?
I needed to build an addition on my house.
Good enough. All right, here's the call.
Which I've not been invited to yet, by the way.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field stands. The Giants will be charged with their second team timeout.
Wow. Well, that is a surprise. And I can read your lips seeing you on another camera, Mike Pereira. You said, wow. Brian Billick, you're saying, wow.
Well, you know, we were focused on was his foot in or out of bounds. But the movement of the ball, that is not through the process. And right now, Tom Coughlin is quizzing the officials and probably his guys upstairs. Hey, I thought you told me that the ball moved. It sure looked like it did. Again, forget about the feet. That's not what we're focusing on. Did he have control through the process? And it looked like the ball moved.
2 timeouts have come and gone on one play for the Giants. And a first down carry dropped in the backfield is McCoy by Sean Rogers. Eagles have had multiple chances to just blow this thing wide open. 3 times they've settled for field goals. Quiet day for McCoy. Giants have done a nice job on him.
Yeah, but in the process, they've given up a ton of yards to Michael Vick. That's going to change in the second half because Nick Foles doesn't present the same option running the ball outside.
Crossing pattern, and that's Brent Selleck, 7th-year tight end out of Cincinnati. A 5th-round draft pick back in 2007. Second time today he's had his helmet knocked off. One time pulled off, now knocked off.
He's in the bottom part of the bunch here, just a simple crossing route. Selleck's kind of the forgotten man in this offense so far. This is a 50-60 catch type guy that's on pace for under a 30 right now. Obviously very capable in the passing game, particularly in that underneath area.
Billy 6 of 11 on 3rd down. What a play. The backfield turned in by the former Eagle Patterson. So the Eagles will punt it on their first possession of his second half, and we quickly check in with Joel Klatt in L.A.
All right, Tom, the struggles for Ray Rice last week, only 5 touches. Not so this week. His 15th carry ends up in the end zone, and Baltimore ties it up in Miami, 13-13. Back to New York, Tom.
All right, Joel, thank you very much. Your old team, Brian Billick, scuffling along. That one will bounce out of bounds inside the 15. inside the NFC East. They're doing some hitting, but the Giants are in search of points and a win.
Something big is coming. Big and powerful. Big and beautiful. Introducing the Fiat 500L. Big enough for 4 passengers. Or even 5. The 4-door Fiat 500L.
Right now, well-qualified lessees can lease the 2014 Fiat 500L Pop for $239 a month.
Are you settling for the same old, or are you making it the original with Pizza Hut's $10 any pizza deal? Any pizza, any size, any toppings, delivery, dine-in, or carry out. Just ask for or use promo code 10any. We all have a choice. Make it great.
I'm sorry, I lied. I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Rated everyone.
Geico Motorcycle. See how much you could save.
It's the show that's got everyone talking.
I didn't even know we were coming on TV.
Neither did I. That was a total surprise.
Fox Sports Live, tonight at 11 on Fox Sports 1.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited.
Hey, the Giants defense, for having given up a ton of points so far this season, they've hung in there pretty well today.
Yeah, and the Eagles have had it for 20 minutes compared to 14 by the Giants. So they've been out there a while.
They had to play through not only that last series, but it looked like a blown call by the officials here on that challenge by head coach Tom Coughlin. But no damage done outside of losing what might be a huge timeout, and that's the first time we've called the name of Brandon Myers, a tight end, and he's up to the 37-yard line of first down. Myers had an outstanding season with the Raiders a year ago. 79 catches, over 800 yards. That is his 17th catch since coming to the Giants.
And he's seeing one-on-one on the outside.
Eagles bring the blitz. Giants pick it up, looking for Cruz, and it looked like it got through his hands. He's looking for a flag. Second down coming up, and we're going to go back to Mike Pereira. Mike, I never had a chance to get a reaction from you after that call was made. I think all of us universally felt like that should have been an incompleted pass.
Well, you gotta look here. Contact comes right when the toes come on the ground, and that means that the player's deemed to be going to the ground, so he has to hold on to the ball when he hits the ground, which he clearly doesn't. So this should have been, no question, should have been reversed to incomplete, and it cost the Giants a second timeout, which could be big.
That's right. Manning steps up, throws to a wide-open Reuben Randall. And he's down at the 43-yard line. That'll move the chains. 20-yard gain.
Reuben Randall's here at the bottom. And again, the Eagles very conscious of the big plays down the field. This little fall-off or drop-off route on the outside, just as good for Eli Manning. That last big shot he took to Cruz. If he sees one-on-one, particularly with press, he's going to take a shot down the field. So the Eagles immediately come back and back off a little bit, opening up the quick outside route.
Omaha. Put in the hands of Nix, who's had his best receiving game of the season. Run out of bounds by Kerry Williams. We're being told we will not see David Wilson back in the game. He left in the early part of the opening quarter with a neck injury. So that leaves Brandon Jacobs, Michael Cox, and John Connor in the New York Giants backfield. Nix once more nearly lost the football.
Nice.
He's about a yard or two short of a first down.
I said coming out at half they need to run the ball, and these two last hitches to the outside. This is an extended running game for the New York Giants because the Eagles are playing off. They're packing the box to stop the run, so it's like an extended run, and it serves the same purpose. He's waiting for them to say, forget that, I'm going to come up and press one of these guys and take a shot down the field. But here we are with a very convertible third down, but the Giants are 1 and 6 for third down right now. They desperately need this one.
You mentioned 1 of 6. They're 0 for their last 5. The run game has been virtually non-existent, so they're going to throw it on third down and 2. Flag comes down. That's a first down catch to Victor Cruz at the 30, but we wait on the penalty.
This is illegal motion by, I believe, Cruz. You can see Manning going, you got to be kidding me. We convert on a third down.
Illegal motion, number 80 of the offense. 5-yard penalty, still third down.
Brian, how does that happen?
Well, he's trying to get a jump on the ball. He goes into short motion, starts down early. I mean, goodness gracious. This is what happens when you're 0-4. You got a nice drive going. This is reminiscent of the opening drive to start the game. You're within striking distance. The score is 19-7. You convert on a third down. It comes back. Now we're back into one of those third and longs. And this is where the area where the Giants have suffered last in the league in third down conversion.
So 3rd and 2, and you convert it. Becomes now 3rd and 7. Eli rolls, finds Hakeem Nicks, and that's a first down. So they do indeed convert again to the 26-yard line.
Right up in here, you can see the slot man on the extreme outside guy. The slot pulls the underneath coverage. He starts underneath. Nicks returns, could have kept going, but returns to the outside. Had a big first half, looking for that same big second half, because obviously the Eagles are very focused on Victor Cruz, not wanting to let him get the Giants jump started.
Some life in this Giants offense, and that is Ruben Randle to the end zone.
Ruben Randle's on the outside, just basically a quick slant. Like I said, quarterbacks hate that, not knowing where the inside coverage is. But with sheer man matched one-on-one, the Eagles knew their matchups on the outside. This is a talented Giant receiving corps. Ruben Randle, maybe the future in terms of receiving of the New York Giants, shows up here.
Randle, his first receiving touchdown of the year. He had 2 of them in the season finale against Philadelphia last year. Reason to celebrate, reason to smile for the Giants. They're right back in it.
I'm kind of seeing some kind of...
This is an alien species.
Reality check. A lot of 4G LTE coverage maps don't really look like much at all.
I see the Aleutian Islands. Looks like a duck.
Looks like America-ish.
That's a map. That's a map of the United States.
Check the map. Verizon's 4G LTE is the most reliable and in more places than any other 4G network.
I've got the good one. I got Verizon.
That's powerful. Verizon. The LG G2, featuring an intuitive rear key design and 13-megapixel camera.
On my right is the new Dodge Durango with up to 360 horsepower. On my left is 1 horse with 1 horsepower. It makes you feel pretty dumb, doesn't it? This thing is 360 times more powerful than you. You are literally worthless. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see your child standing there. Hello, what's your name? What are you studying in school?
My brothers and I have been playing the Lowe Family Turkey Bowl since 1976. I never missed a Turkey Bowl. I've never missed one. Never. Last year, final play, broken play. They're all broken plays. My son Matthew in the end zone, dad to son, touchdown, game over.
Why do you love football? Share your story, and you could win a trip to the Super Bowl at TogetherWeMakeFootball.com.
It's a classic NFC rivalry as Eli Manning and the Giants take on Jay Cutler and the Bears. Thursday Night Football, live on NFL Network. Together, we make football.
Today's game is sponsored by Verizon. Never be without football. Get NFL Mobile. Call ** NFL to download it now.
Eli Manning hitting on 6 out of 7, 92 yards. And the Giants have pulled within 5. Never be without football. Get coverage of every NFL game on NFL Mobile. Call ** NFL to download NFL Mobile. Manning finding Randall. 26-yard touchdown. Both of these teams desperately needing a win.
Ciao, Nini. मेरा भाई. Hi, Patsy.
Jumbo.
G'day, Cowboy.
Dude.
Look what the cat dragged in. Eduardo Lucas. Whoa.
Hello, Mama. Namaste.
Wrong number?
Let me talk.
Bye, Sue. Привет. This is Dr. Flamenco.
Do you know where your beer is brewed? With 12 breweries spread all across the United States, your next Budweiser is closer than you think. You might even say we're America's largest local brewer, meaning that Bud in your hand is all but guaranteed to be one of the freshest beers at the bar. Discover everything it takes to make your beer a Budweiser at TrackYourBud.com.
Something big is coming. Big and powerful. Big and beautiful. Introducing the Fiat 500L. Big enough for 4 passengers. Or even 5. The 4-door Fiat 500L.
Right now, well-qualified lessees can lease the 2014 Fiat 500L Pop for $239 a month.
In 5 days, when the world's in danger,
Batman has a missile aimed at Washington.
There's only one legendary agent to call.
This is Machete.
Machete Kills is absurdly entertaining. Machete Kills, rated R, starts Friday.
For some life showing up all of a sudden here in the Meadowlands, starting with the defense onto the sideline and making its way into the crowd.
You don't need the crowd to shut down this Eagles offense right now. They'd love to have a 3 and out. The crowd can help. And they do right there.
Five-time Pro Bowl left tackle Jason Peters. Of course, he missed all of last year with that torn Achilles. If you're just joining us, Michael Vick injured his hamstring in the second quarter. And now it's Nick Foles on in relief. Brown run out of bounds by Ryan Mundy. 2nd down and 15.
Michael Vick takes a big shot down the field. Deshaun Jackson gets Philadelphia jump-started. Then he scrambles to the outside on a key conversion, but pulls up with the hamstring. And trying to come back, you can see here, just didn't have the push.
Trying to set up the screen, and read beautifully by the Giants on defense. Tuck was there, trying to bat it down. Keith Rivers had picked up Brown coming out of the backfield, and Vick can only watch as now the Eagles face a 3rd and 16.
Dealing with the crowd noise, you can see the guard has to signal the center because the center can't look between his legs. He has to count on the guard to look back, see what the quarterback wants, and then tell him to snap the ball. The crowd noise is a factor right now.
Swarm to Deshaun Jackson, and the Eagles are 3 and out. A lot of new faces getting a lot of playing time for this Giants defense today. Saw Hankins pumping his fist running off the field, along with Patterson. Will Hill back in their secondary, along with McBride. And it's dropped by Randall. And that ball still squirting around. There is a penalty flag down on the field as they try to figure out right now who has the ball.
Fair catch, interference, number 22 of the kicking team. 15 yards from the spot of the foul. First down.
Well, that's going to tack on some yards. That's a silly penalty by Brandon Boykin. So the Giants are going to get the ball close to midfield. Game on at MetLife Stadium.
If you've got your crew in Miller Lite, you've got Miller time.
It's Miller time!
But what if one of your crew is Ken Jeong?
Zoink!
What's with the pig? Wait.
No way! Did you teach him that?
Yeah, I did. Sorry I'm late. I came straight from work.
Man, this line's ridiculous.
That's a joke.
Ken!
I'm that guy from that thing! Give me one.
Miller Lite. Man, hey, wait.
It's not just a good time, it's Miller time.
I was turned in Djibouti, Africa, 2004.
Vietnam in 1972.
Fort Benning, Georgia in 1999.
USAA auto insurance is often handed down from generation to generation because it offers a superior level of protection and because USAA's commitment to serve military members, veterans, and their families is without equal. Begin your legacy. Get an auto insurance quote. USAA. We know what it means to serve.
Hello, Domino's. Can I take your order?
Was that Terry or Mary?
Let's be honest. Ordering Domino's over the phone isn't always that great.
Gary.
Oh, I was way off.
Can I put you on hold for 1 second?
Hey, I'm back. No one's on this line.
But the new Domino's.com is easier than ever. Now you can save your favorite order, all your info, and then reorder in as little as 30 seconds. Way faster than calling the store.
Hello, you in a tunnel? Am I in a tunnel? No.
Order 2 medium 2-topping pizzas for just $5.99 each at Domino's.com and see how fast it really is.
Discover the dad's way of asking for privacy.
You are going out tonight. Really? Where? I don't care.
Dad's only Tuesday at 8, 7 Central on Fox.
It's the smelliest Halloween trick ever. All new Bob's Burgers tonight on Fox.
Winless on the year. Tom Coughlin told us 2 weeks ago his team needs some kind of spark. They get a touchdown. They get a 3-and-out on defense. They catch a break on this penalty. Tacking on 15 yards after Randall calling for a fair catch was interfered with. And now they start a drive down by 5 from their own 49. Short drop and knocked down at the line of scrimmage. That's Connor Barwin. He came over, former second-round pick of the Houston Texans. Came over as a free agent, first time we've heard his name all day today.
Yeah, and these ends know that when they're in single high coverage, Eli Manning wants to get the ball out of his hands quick. We've already seen a couple hitch routes on the outside. They know what that's about. They can stop, get their hands up, and knock it down just like Barwin did.
So quiet their last 6 drives on offense. Well, they started the second half like they did the first half. And now looking for the home run ball to Cruz. Incomplete coverage down there by both Fletcher and Nate Allen. So a 3rd down and 10.
You said it to start. They're going to bring a lot of attention to Victor Cruz. He's going to have help over the top as much as they can get it. If they're going to get a big shot down the field, it may have to be to Hakeem Nicks or to Ruben Randall, because I don't think they're going to give you that one-on-one coverage to Victor Cruz on the outside.
That's where that last drive was so impressive. The short stuff, especially to Nicks. And then Randall on basically a slant for a touchdown.
Here's another 3rd and 10.
All day to throw it. And a flag is thrown on Boykin. He's a guy that had the penalty on the punt.
And he had help over the top. You can see it right here. He's trailing him, and at the last second, just that little bump right there with your right hand is what got the call on Boykins. He put the hand out, grabbed the left hand of Victor Cruz.
Boykins been a good player for this Eagles team since they got him in the 4th round last year. Been their nickel back, very fast, very athletic. It's a 32-yard penalty. Giants down 5 to the Philadelphia 19.
He's got one-on-one on the outside.
Brandon Jacobs, a good run. Inside the 15, down to the 12-yard line. Most of the numbers for Peyton Manning have been, or Eli Manning, have been piled up on the first drive of each half. They went down the field, scored a touchdown to begin the game. Down the field, scored a touchdown to start the second half.
Hakeem Nicks had the big first half.
That touchdown came on the Giants' second drive of this second half. And now 2nd and 4. Dangerous throw there. Great coverage by Earl Wolf.
Inside on the route here. Again with the pressure. Nothing underneath it. Victor Cruz flattens off a little bit. Looked like he expected the ball a little bit earlier, but obviously with the pressure coming by D'Amico Ryans on to Eli Manning, disrupted the timing a bit.
And that's a final timeout of the game for the Giants. They blew 2 of them, you may remember, on what in essence was one play. As always, we want to stand, salute, welcome the men, the women, the children, all a part of America's armed forces, protecting us each and every day, protecting the greatest country in the world. We say thanks to all of you who have served, are serving, and those who will serve for the United States of America.
Well, this cuts at the heart of what the Giants, and defining what the Giants are going to be going forward. This is a manageable 3rd down. We've talked about their futility on 3rd and long. This is very manageable 3rd down. The difference between keeping a drive alive or having to settle for a field goal.
Maybe a bit too dramatic in a 3rd quarter, but perhaps trying to salvage a season as we're getting late into this 3rd quarter. Manning steps up and delivers the goods, and that's a 1st down. Jarrell Jernigan. His 2nd catch today, only his 3rd catch all year, and what a time to get it.
Yeah, you don't think every man on the roster needs to contribute? You got Hakeem Nicks, you got Victor Cruz, you got all these big play receivers on the outside. Ruben Randall having some big plays. You got to go to Jarrell Jernigan, in a maybe season-saving drive on a key 3rd down. Everybody on this roster has to contribute.
Remember, the Giants now don't have a timeout. And they get that one off 4, looking for the jump ball. And that looked like it went right through the fingertips of Hakeem Nicks. Remember, he's playing with a dislocated middle finger on the left hand.
This ball gets up with plenty of time, has some good air. All of a sudden, that back shoulder, he can't quite get around whether the finger had a factor in this or not. This is normally a catchable ball. Nice play by Williams. Once you see he's got the ball, just reach up. Nah, that's just a flat drop.
And by not having a timeout, remember, that means they can't challenge. Should there be a critical play. 7th play of this drive. Manning looking around to the end zone. Rueben Randle again. Well, these Eagles clearly bring out the best in Rueben Randle. 2 touchdowns the last time he saw him, 2 touchdowns today.
All 6'3" of Rueben Randle. Eli Manning knows I'm going to put it up on the rim. Let him take it off the top of the rim. All 6'3" of them. When I said the future of the New York Giants, Hakeem Nicks is on a contract year. Don't know what his future with the Giants is going to be. Rueben Randle, they have a lot of faith in. Born out right there.
First time since their first drive of the afternoon, the Giants have the lead.
Eli Manning, again, this guy's got 2 Super Bowls in his back, Super Bowl trophies in his back pocket. Nothing, no panic in this guy. Scrambles out to the left. He's lucky because everything flooded to the right as he went to the left here. Only had Brandon Myers leaking out underneath it. Rueben Randle making his way around the back of the end zone. He knows how big this is. This guy knows what an 0-5 start would mean. This is huge for the Giants.
It's a 32-yard penalty. Maybe the biggest play on the drive. That was a failed 3rd down. Pass interference on Brandon Boykin. And Randle caps it off with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Long way to go. Still have 3:46 to play in the 3rd quarter. Most of the early games are already into the 4th quarter. And we remind you, coming up this Saturday, it'll be the American League Championship Series. Who will be there? The Tigers and the A's tied in 1 game apiece. Tampa Bay trailing the Red Sox 2 games to none in a best-of-5. Legends are born in October. Our coverage of Major League Baseball's postseason begins Saturday, 7:30 Eastern, with Game 1 of the American League Championship Series, taking you right through the World Series on Fox. And that'll be a flag thrown that'll go against Amukamara. Running step for step and eventually running Deshaun Jackson out of bounds. This is going to be about a 30-yard penalty.
Pass interference, 20. Defense. Ball was placed in the spot of the foul. First down.
I think he was in good shape here at the bottom of the screen. He's running step for step. The hands are clean, but he kind of gives him a shoulder into the sideline, leans into him, and shoves him out of bounds.
Read Tom Coughlin's lips saying, "Are you kidding me?" Jason Avant, and he's down to the 30. That'll be a first down for the Eagles. So they get the big penalty. Tell you, Foles is a guy who's never going to be compared, obviously, scrambling around to Michael Vick. But we saw this young guy last year. He does move around well back there.
Well enough to get the ball off. He's not going to kill you down the field, obviously, but he does move well enough in the pocket. Chip Kelly told us that he's a much better athlete than people give him credit for.
Now looking for Riley Cooper, and he overthrew him. And we throw it to Kurt Menefee all the way back in L.A.
And we send it back to the Midwest. The Colts have gotten back in it against Seattle. Beautiful pass, Andrew Luck to T.Y. Hilton. 2nd touchdown today. They missed the 2-point conversion, so late in the 3rd, it's a 25-23 Seattle lead. Tom, Brian, and Laura.
All right, Kurt, thank you very much. That's a good one there. We got a good one here. 21-19. And breaking out of a tackle is McCoy. They should have had him right in the line of scrimmage. Instead, he carries it down to the 20. Let's see where they mark this thing. Did his knee come down first? They called the 27. 3rd down coming up.
Eagles much better on third down today than the Giants. They're 6 of 13.
Rookie right tackle Lane Johnson had to leave the game. Third down, good protection, and Foles. What a catch by Deshaun Jackson. And that's good enough for a first down. That ball down around his shins. Running full speed, crossing the field, and somehow came up with a football.
Prince Amukamara is a pretty good corner now, but relying on a whole bunch of one-on-one in critical situations like that third down with Deshaun Jackson. I don't know that I'm not going to give him a little bit more help.
Lane Johnson back in at right tackle for the Eagles. Foles throws it out of bounds. Chased under heavy pressure by Kiwanuka.
Nick Foles telling him, let's go, let's crank it up. He realized the biggest advantage he has right now is this up-tempo, no huddle at the line calls. That is the Philadelphia Eagles. Chip Kelly talked about the decision-making process of Nick Foles. He understands how to orchestrate this offense. He understands the schemes and the designs.
2nd and 10. 3rd and 10. Foles, since coming on for the injured Vic, has thrown the ball very well. 12 out of 18, 128 yards. Let him down the field. Just before the half. Now the 7th play of the drive.
They're going to help him on Deshaun Jackson this time, I promise you.
Full sack. Former Eagle Cullen Jenkins, who is questionable with an injured knee and an ankle, comes up with a big play here.
And just staying alive on the outside. Mathias Kiwanuka spins out because of the pressure inside, allows him to recoup and come back from the outside to finish off the sack.
Well, now to try and give him a lead. It is Henry's 4 of 4 today. This one from 41 yards. And a 5 for 5 day for Henry. The Giants without a win. No team has ever started a season 0-5 and made the playoffs. The Eagles are 1-3. You fall to 1-4. Has it been done? Yes, it's been done. But you're really behind it, trying to get to the postseason, even inside this year's NFC East at 1-4. We have a little more than a quarter to play. And it's a 1-point game.
Well, all the teams in the NFC East, I think, are beginning to recognize, all but just past the quarter mark, you're going to have to win the division to make the playoffs. There's too many other good teams in the NFC. Going the wild card route going to be a little problematic unless you can get to 10 wins. So keeping touch with a Dallas Cowboys, we'll see how they do this afternoon. But Philadelphia being 1 game back, New York can hold on to that if they can maintain, get a win here now. They're still within striking distance, but like you said, 0-5 is a long way to go if that happens.
And all of this is based on the fact that the Cowboys are going to be playing later today against undeniably the most dominant team from the AFC so far this year, maybe the NFL, the Denver Broncos. Jarrell Jernigan bringing that one out to the 20-yard line. Last 2 times the Giants have had it. It's been Ruben Randall who had it into the end zone. Brandon Jacobs wrapped up at the line of scrimmage by Fletcher Cox. maybe a yard.
Well, I started out by saying that this half that New York needed to try to maintain a running profile. Didn't mean they have to run a lot. But again, if they can force Philadelphia to come down and create those one-on-one matchups that New York's been winning on the outside with a Victor Cruz, with a Ruben Randle, Hakeem Nicks, particularly in the first half, they've got to continue to try to create those matchups by running the ball like they did just there.
Play clock down to 1, and they just do get it off. Giants are out of timeouts. There's that crossing pattern to Ruben Randle. There's a flag down.
Now, I'm not sure it's a flag. I think that was Ruben Randle's towel that just got pulled out.
Okay.
It's hard to tell if the officials have these pink flags. I see a bunch of pink shoes and pink flags. I don't know the difference between the flags and the shoes.
Or your tie for that matter. End of the third quarter. Eagles 22, Giants 21. The NFL on Fox continues after a break from your local Fox station.
Some cops are born, others are made. Almost Human, Monday, November 4th on Fox.
Prepare for the attack of the two-headed griffin. All new Family Guy tonight on Fox.
Traffic never looked better. Wake up with Casey McDonald on Good Day Philadelphia.
I got you white chocolate pumpkin.
Oh, please don't call me pumpkin.
No, it's white chocolate and pumpkin.
Oh.
Pumpkin.
Haha.
Pumpkin is back at Dunkin' Donuts. Hurry in for delicious pumpkin coffees and lattes today. America runs on Dunkin'.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Toyota Corolla.
Elevate your style. Introducing the all-new Corolla.
To go forward, you have to go back to when you were braver than you knew. Go there with the power of a card. Accepted by over 90% of doctors and specialists. Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless.
Your best choice for a new car? Nissan. It's the best way to get more for less. The best way to get your stuff around. And it's the best choice you can make. It's Nissan's Best Choice Sales Event. Choose Altima, just $179 per month. Or get 0% APR for up to 60 months. Offers end October 31st. It's the best choice you'll ever make. Shop today at ChooseNissan.com.
Michael Vick injured in the final minutes of the opening half. Still walking around over on that sideline, trying to perhaps get loose from the injured hamstring, but doesn't look all that comfortable. Fourth quarter underway in a one-point game. And flattened 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage is Jacobs by Isaac Sopoaga. It's pretty evident from just looking at Michael Vick's body language. Be hard to believe if he came back into this game.
No, he's done for this game right now. His mind's more towards, boy, I can be back next week. Eagles got a very workable schedule coming up the next 4 games, and he wants to be a part of it.
Play clock once more down to 2. They get it off. Third down coming up, and we send it back to Los Angeles to Kurt Menefee.
Well, Jake Locker out with that hip injury. Ryan Fitzpatrick is the Titan quarterback for the next few weeks. They may not be disappointed if he keeps going like this. 9-yard scramble for the score. 17 unanswered for the Titans as they try to hand KC their first loss this season. Tom and Brian.
All right, thank you very much, Kurt. Apparently, for the second time today, they have called intentional grounding on Eli Manning.
Yeah, he kind of threw it out to the flat there. I think it looks like he expected Brandon Jacobs to sneak out into the flat, and he did not. You're going to see here on the left side, he gets engaged with that blitzer. He was going to try to beat the blitz to hit Brandon Jacobs, who might still be running had he gone out, and he pulled up to take care of that blitzer.
Well, that'll make it a 3rd down and 23. They need to get to the 39-yard line and drop. So after all the good things they've done their last 2 drives, that one was downright ugly.
He and Brandon Jacobs clearly on the same page, whether it's the throwing to the flat to beat the blitz here with the screen, which is not an untypical call. Brandon Jacobs pulls around. It just came out a little quick. I guess he was waiting for Eli Manning to draw the front up a little bit and give him more of a chance.
You know, Brian, I would ask you, how many times is Brandon Jacobs practicing that play during the course of a week? I mean, he finished 3rd down and 23. You figure David Wilson's on the field. That one checks up, and the Eagles are going to have good field position at the 35-yard line. The Eagles in front by 1.
What you have inside your phone says a lot about you. It's time the outside does too. Only AT&T lets you customize a Moto X that's designed by you. Choose colors, accents, and much more. Get it now for $0 down, only at AT&T.
Before they sat down, one more time, just for themselves. Before the last grandchild. Before the first grandchild. Before Katie, Debbie, Kevin, and Brad. There was a connection that started it all and made the future the wonderful thing it turned out to be. At Bank of America, we know we're not the center of your life, but we'll do our best to help you connect to what is.
I know.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by AT&T. Rethink Possible. By Bud Light, official beer sponsor of the NFL. And by Bank of America.
(22-21). Tom Coughlin during the timeout trying to fire up his offense, trailing by a point, nearly an entire quarter to play in the Meadowlands. Nick Foles, perfect on 2 passes to get him down the field just before the half. You may remember he took over from their own 7-yard line. Had a couple of drops on that drive that wound up being a field goal. First 2 drives of the second half, the Eagles had to punt it. And then 8 plays, 57 yards, ending in a field goal his last drive. All day to throw. And now Hankins chasing after him. He had a wide open Jason Avant down at the Giants 45 and missed him. Of course, if Jonathan Hankins was chasing you, you might miss somebody too.
Yeah, they're manned up across the board. This is much like Denver approached it last week against Philadelphia, and they're matching up pretty good. There's no place to go with the ball. Michael Vick might have got around that edge for some good yardage, but Nick Foles, he needs someone to shake some of this coverage off.
Foles 1 for his last 6. Flushed out of the pocket and walloped by Paysinger. So good field position. And it's 3 and out for the Eagles.
The removing of the outside option to keep by the quarterback, and obviously a Nick Foles getting outside the pocket against this defensive front of the Giants and having limited success with it changes what defensive coordinator Perry Fewell can take chances with this secondary and this defense. And so far they're dialing up pretty good.
So now Donnie Jones set to punt. False start.
False start, 55. Offense, 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
Brandon Graham. Randall, a fair catch at the 20-yard line. Feet got tangled up with his own man down there. 49-yard punt by Jones.
I know.
He's like lightning on his feet. The baddest man in Miami. There he go. Watch him go.
El Julio!
Just keep your elbows in a little more. You think this will catch on? Maybe a little.
Want to win your own football fantasy? Just tell us. Then use your Visa card for a chance to win it.
That's totally cool.
Wow. Imagine that.
This is wonderful.
We invited book lovers to try the new Kindle Paperwhite.
I read on an iPad, on my laptop.
Try to read on a tablet. It's really not made for that.
This is just for reading.
The iPad is heavier. It's really hard to see. Kindle I can see very clearly.
It has weeks of battery life.
It's as clear as a book.
I need one of these. The new Kindle Paperwhite. You've got to read it to believe it.
Let's go apple picking, she says. On a Sunday.
Isn't this fun?
Fight fear of missing out on football. Download NFL Mobile. Get coverage of every NFL game exclusively from Verizon.
13 minutes, 7 seconds to go, Brian Billick. Giants, as we know, 0-4. Eagles, 1-3. There's a lot on the line here, maybe an entire year.
Yeah, and they're right where they want to be. They've run the ball just enough to force some coverage matchups one-on-one. The Eagles have got to be very conscious of what they started the game with. Don't give up the deep ball. That's the thing that's going to get you beat in this game right now with 13 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Strong, straight ahead running by Brandon Jacobs. That's a good carry on first down. You pick up 5 yards.
Well, and the key is right. Give yourself some options. You run well on first down. Now with second medium, you're going to stretch that defense. Is it a run down? Is it a pass down? This is exactly what, even though they haven't run the ball particularly well, they're well under 100 yards. They've got to maintain that combination, that balance of run and pass.
And that is good enough for a first down. And for Eli Manning, that means he has just passed Troy Aikman for 27th on the NFL's all-time passing list. Zeroing in on 33,000 career passing yards for Eli Manning.
And that's the type of thing we're talking about. They bring a guy down the box to stop the run. They don't want to get beat deep. The corners back up. I'll raise up, get a quick hitch, and get another first down.
Of course, Troy Aikman won, what, 3 Super Bowls? Eli Manning has won 2. And once more, right up against him. Giants don't have any timeouts remaining. And there's Randall on that simple slant pattern. They scored a touchdown on it early. And now up to midfield, and that's a first down.
And I can't believe this isn't something Eli Manning is checking to, or at least has built in on every aspect of it. He's seeing something in the defense that's going to give him a clean alley in these slants or deep slant routes to the outside to Rueben Randall and Hakeem Nicks.
$11 to play. Into the arms of Jacobs. Flag comes in behind a line of scrimmage after a gain of 3.
Holding. number 77, offense. 10-yard penalty, still first down.
That's a left guard, Kevin Booth. Giants patching up this much maligned offensive front. Cordell starting at center for the injured David Boss. Started James Brewer at right guard last week, but David Deal able to come back. They plugged him into the right guard spot. Chris Snee is out for the year. He'll have hip surgery. Play fake. Just thrown into the air, and it's intercepted. Michael Kendricks brings it to the 22-yard line. I'm not sure if Manning's arm was hit, but clearly that ball went basically straight up into the air and landing in the arms of Kendricks.
It collapses from the outside. You're going to see a late blitz by Boykin, and it just kind of gets shoved back in his face. There's no question the trajectory of that ball right here as it comes. He pulls it back down, and just as he goes to throw again, gets a hold of the helmet. That's what he's questioning right there. That should have been a penalty with a hit to the head on the helmet, and that's what Eli Manning was questioning. That's what changed the impetus of the ball.
That was Trent Cole, and you saw Manning looking around, looking for the penalty. I mean, it doesn't matter whether it's intentional or not. We see that called in the NFL every week. So now the Eagles with a lead in the ball, and Foles looking for Selleck in the end zone. And it is a touchdown. What an unbelievable catch made by Brent Selleck. And what a throw by Foles.
You hear me say it all the time, Tom. You've got to have air on these balls into the end zone. He brought that thing down from the top down. This is a brilliant. You can see with the play fake, he's going to roll away to try to affect the safeties. That play fake is to affect the safeties, not the linebackers. Look at the air he puts on this thing. Let a big man like Selleck drop it in over the top, getting one-on-one with Ryan Mundy. And you like that matchup, particularly when the ball's thrown on the perfect part.
Selleck closing in on 300 career receptions. That's his 22nd career touchdown. Point after is good. Should it have been a penalty? Cole to the head of Manning, forcing the ball into the air that was intercepted. And then it finishes on a great throw and a great catch. Eli and the Giants over 10 minutes to go, down by 8.
Are you settling for the same old, same old? Or are you making it the original? At Pizza Hut, we brought you the original pan pizza and our great thin and crispy and hand-tossed, which made us America's #1 choice. And now we're helping you put your spin on it and create your own original with a $10 any pizza deal. Any pizza, any size, any toppings, delivery, dine-in, or carry out. Just ask for or use promo code 10any. We all have a choice. Pizza Hut. Make it great.
Hello?
Hey, I noticed your car's not in the driveway.
Yeah, it's in the shop. It's gonna cost me an arm and a leg.
That's hilarious.
Sorry.
Should have taken it to Midas. Get some of that Midas touch. I'll tell you what stuff needs fixing and what stuff can wait.
All right. Next time, going to Midas.
High five. Did not see that coming.
Trust the Midas touch for brakes, tires, oil, everything.
No, closer.
2007 call. It wants its camera phone back.
How's this for a drama shot?
Why aren't we getting closer?
With the Nokia Lumia 1020, we got the best seats in the house.
Meet the Nokia Lumia 1020. With 41 megapixels and reinvented zoom, nothing else comes close.
We'll never know if somehow, in some way, we can affect the outcome of a game. But when the clock's winding down and everything's on the line, we all believe.
Today's Today's game is sponsored by Pizza Hut. Prep for game day by ordering online from Pizza Hut. Make it great.
Giants trailing 29-21. I mean, this thing, that clock barely moving. There's been so much passing, scoring here in the second half. That one through the back of the end zone. What a catch by Brent Selleck. And the spread is now 8.
She's always been able to brighten your day. It's just her way. But your erectile dysfunction? That could be a question of blood flow. Cialis Tadalafil for daily use helps you be ready anytime the moment's right. You can be more confident in your ability to be ready. And the same Cialis is the only daily ED tablet approved to treat ED and symptoms of BPH, like needing to go frequently or urgently. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions and medications and ask if your heart is healthy enough for sexual activity. Do not take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain, as this may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Do not drink alcohol in excess with Cialis. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. To avoid long-term injury, seek immediate medical help for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease or loss in hearing or vision, or if you have any allergic reactions such as rash, hives, swelling of the lips, tongue, or throat, or difficulty breathing or swallowing, stop taking Cialis and get medical help right away. Ask your doctor about Cialis for daily use and a 30-tablet free trial.
I always like every now and again going back to Coach Billing. I mean, we know you're Brian, you know, our buddy.
I'll take either one of those two.
But right now, you know, the Giants, the situation that they're in, you're 0-4. You're down by 8 points. You basically have 10.5 minutes to save your season.
Well, the last 2 drives would have hurt them as penalties. As they moved the ball pretty good, hit some shots down the field, run the ball decently, and then a penalty backs them up. They've got to have a drive here, not hurt themselves, do just what they're doing, just enough run, change coverage, take the shots down the field. They're winning on the outside. Can't have the penalties to stop the drive.
Eli Manning so many times has been able to rally his team in the fourth quarter. 10:26 to go from the Meadowlands. Looking right, looking down the field, trying to sneak it in there and nearly intercepted. He was looking for Randall. Second down.
That's those throws in the middle that always concern a quarterback. It's got to be very, very clean here. He's waiting, he's waiting. Your first instinct says no. That's why he didn't throw it early. Boy, he's lucky this thing didn't. It bounced it off, came off the guy's knee. He knows right there. He actually dodged a bullet.
Manning looking for Cruz. Overthrew him. He had a step on Boykin. Let's send it back to Los Angeles before this 3rd and 10 and check in with Joel Klatt.
All right, thank you, Tom. A great game in Indianapolis. The Colts all the way back. Donald Brown in a 3-yard touchdown run, first of the season. 2-point conversion would be good luck to Wayne, and the Colts are up 31-28. Tom.
I know there was a special team scoring there, but Indianapolis against that really good Seattle defense, that's pretty impressive, even at home.
Oh, you're getting all excited about Seattle.
Yeah, you ought to be.
They barely got that play off again. Manning has to throw it. And was that an interception? Both players had their hands on the football, and it is an interception. Obviously, a change of possession. They will always look at it in the replay booth. So you don't have to worry about challenging the play. Every time there is a change of possession, they will look at it. Brandon Boykin came away with the football.
If this holds, this is a spectacular interception. If this holds on, look at him stretch out here to maintain control. He pulls it away. And does it hit the ground? Boy, I think he had it. I think he had his arm, and he just flat wrestles the ball away from Victor Cruz. Cruz has got it right there going down. He pulls it back. It looks like his right arm is underneath it as he slides into the ground. That's not an interception. That's a spectacular takeaway by Brandon Boykin.
Eli Manning has now thrown 6 of his 11 interceptions this season in the fourth quarter. Fletcher Cox was the one who had a hold of Manning, forcing him to turn that one loose. They're looking at it upstairs just to double check.
This miniature transmitter. All right.
Come in, Chief Quimby.
Yes.
What time is it? 8:29.
Thank you. It's all right. This is 86 reporting into control.
How's it going?
I have an emergency situation.
Relay the information to headquarters.
Enterprise. Order of the ship's computer library records.
Jason, can you read me?
I read you.
This is Secret Agent Rock Slag.
Okay, partner, let's make a little spectacle of ourselves. Anything particular in mind?
The atomic punch!
There's only one man who can get us out of here in time.
I'll be down right away. I'm on my way.
We're on our way.
I'm on my way. We're on our way.
I'm on my way.
I don't know about you, Brian. I'm a little surprised that they've been taking a look at this for as long as they have, but this is a very critical play in this game and maybe this season.
Well, it was ruled an interception, so they've got to find something that says it's not. You know, Victor Cruz kind of a victim of his own strength. That was about to be a heck of a catch. Yeah, I don't see any way that ball hit the ground. You don't have a clear shot of it touching the ground. His arms underneath it. I think this is an interception.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is confirmed. The defender gained control of the ball and maintained possession going to the ground. First down, Philadelphia.
Well, the Giants turnover after turnover after turnover. 3 of them today, 2 on interceptions by Eli Manning so far in this fourth quarter. Most turnovers and the most points off of those turnovers. And now Foles looking to add on to the lead, finds Deshaun Jackson, and he's inside the 15-yard line, down to the 10. Tell you, Foles has really stepped up here in place of Michael Vick.
Well, we saw in the first half where these deep corner shots were what was there for Michael Vick, and they remain to be there for Nick Foles. They swab it out on the outside with Riley Cooper. Bring Deshaun Jackson to the outside. Nice, safe outside throw to Deshaun Jackson.
Vick was not having a good passing day today. He was having a great running day. No gain on the first down run by McCoy. Vick could only hit on 6 out of 14 for 105 yards.
Well, explosive plays. This game is all about that. This team, the Philadelphia Eagles, leads the league in gains of 20 yards or more. And they're on a pace, Tom, to 120 plus of those types of plays. I've never seen that. 80, 90 did it for Carolina a couple years ago. Over 100, I've never seen it.
Second down and goal. And Foles thought about the shovel pass. Thought better of it. He had Selleck right there in front of him. But wrapped up by Pazinger at the 5. It brings up third and goal. They have a chance here to make it a 2-possession, a 2-score game by at the very minimum getting a field goal.
And that's got to be the priority here, that 2-score differential with 8 minutes and 8.5 minutes in the game. He's got to be very careful with any shot he wants to make to the end zone here. Don't lose the field goal at a minimum.
And he delivers right to Deshaun Jackson, who beat Amukamara, and that's a touchdown.
Brilliant route by Deshaun Jackson. Eli Manning knows it. Puts all the pressure on the world on he and the offense. He did a brilliant job. Watch the way on the outside here. He sets this up. He starts with the slant. I'm going in there. The ball is up before he even makes his move because he knows where it's going to end. Brilliant route. Brilliant throw.
You can hear that quarterback controversy from here all the way down to Philadelphia already. Michael Vick. The team was 1-3 with him at quarterback. Now, obviously, they were piling up big yards. The defense was giving up big yards and a lot of points. But now Foles has delivered back-to-back touchdown drives. We turn back the clock to when the Giants in a non-strike year last started a season 0-5. That was 1979. They finished 6-10. Eagles, St. Louis Cardinals, Redskins, Eagles again, the Saints. In fact, that loss to the Saints in Week 5, they lost to Archie Manning's New Orleans Saints. Peyton Manning was 3 years old. Eli would not be born for another 2 years. Bill Parcells was a defensive coordinator. Terry Bradshaw was that season's most valuable player. And Tom Coughlin was coaching at Syracuse.
Whoa. You were probably at Ohio U.
No, I'm not that old. Brian Billick was on the PR staff for the San Francisco 49ers.
I was in charge of coffee and donuts.
Although Ohio University did their marching band.
That's why I brought it up.
Was here at the stadium today, and they were absolutely spectacular. All right, not only in a non-strike year now, 79. Well, we remember who was president. That did not go well. The top motion picture Alien. Gas prices, can you believe it, 90 cents a gallon. And every now and again we will catch Brian Billick moving and grooving to Michael Jackson's Off the Wall album.
None of these people were alive in 1970. Look at those young kids.
His game's not over yet. There's still 8:24 to play. And Manning just kind of let her rip, finding Victor Cruz. And he'll step out of bounds. That's a gain of 14 on first down. And we check in L.A. once more with Joel Klatt.
All right, Tom, full disclosure, I was not born in 1979, but Tom Brady was, and this pick ends the game in Cincinnati, 13-6. Brady's streak of consecutive games with a touchdown pass ends at 52. Back to you, Tom.
I tell you, that Cincinnati defense is mighty good. The question is, Brian, can they make enough plays on offense to win? Because that Bengals defense now, that's wins this season against New England and Green Bay. But they lost to Cleveland on the road a week ago.
Well, but look in the division. We talked about the NFC East, that AFC North now with Cleveland playing better, with Baltimore struggling at times. You're right. This is going to be tooth and nail to the end. And again, I don't know that you're going to see a wild card team come out of the AFC North. You may have to win the division.
Second down, and Manning off target communication-wise.
I'm not so sure that you're not in 4-down territory, Tom, here. That's quite a gambit back this far backed up, but with 7:47, you're down by 15 points. That's 2 scores, including a 2-point conversion. They may have to position themselves for a 4th down shot here if they don't get it on this 3rd and 10.
Well, it looks like forward progress is enough for a 1st down. That's because it is. Just crossing the 44-yard line is Cruz. This game not over yet.
And New York is in their no-huddle mode, obviously recognizing this clock is their enemy right now with the 2-score differential.
Taking a lot of time. Akeem Nicks getting over to the top of your screen. Intercepted as Manning for the 3rd time in his 4th quarter. And for the 12th time this season.
We say a lot of things contribute to turnovers. That ball just came out. Here, bad call, not getting a shot in the head, turns into an interception. Now it's just trying to get rid of it. Brilliant play by Boykin. And on this one, looks like Akeem Nicks pulled up and stopped for whatever reason, opening up the door for Kerry Williams to step in and get the interception.
Manning off to a good start on the first drive. They went down the field, they scored. Then they went 6 possessions where they basically did nothing. They got the 2 touchdowns in the 3rd quarter to take the lead. And in un-Eli Manning fashion like, he has turned it over 3 times here in the 4th quarter.
And in a lot of different ways. Again, you're feeling a little bit of that pressure of the ground game's only giving you so much. I got to make these plays down the field. A couple of them now under duress. The hit to the head and the helmet. Good pressure that Philadelphia is putting on him, but not an enviable position to be in as a quarterback when you know the only way you can get back in this game is on your arm.
Be a false start against Philadelphia. Chip Kelly not going to be happy about this.
76 offense, 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
It's not like the crowd had anything to do with that one, because this crowd's filing out of the stadium right now. They're trying to get on the beltway and get home early.
Well, Chip Kelly now all of a sudden, you know, he shifted gears to the other side and all this, and we brought up earlier, I think a lot of people are figuring, and I think you know, you get way too far ahead of yourself to say the Cowboys today are going to lose at home to the Denver Broncos, as if that's a given. Dallas, pretty good team. But should that happen, with Philadelphia's win today, and with a 15-point lead and under 6 minutes to go, that's a pretty safe bet. The Eagles conceivably, by the time they put their heads on the pillow tonight, could be in a 1st place tie atop this NFC East with the Dallas Cowboys. Could be.
And they recognize what's out in front of them. Coaches and players lie all the time saying we're just focused on this game. Well, yeah, they are, but they also recognize what's coming up is a very winnable 4 games, including this game, 5 games in total, that they came through a tough stint. The record on the first 4 games of the teams they played was 11-5. The record of the teams coming up, including this, is 2-14. That's a much more pliable schedule. Momentum is huge in this league, and they have the chance to get that momentum.
3rd down pass completed to Selleck. You notice there before that 3rd down, and this is something that Chip Kelly took a lot of heat over in that game against San Diego. They continued in their hurry-up mode. They took it down the field. They got a field goal, but they only burned a minute and a half off the clock. It gave Phillip Rivers and the Chargers a minute 50 to play with and all their timeouts. They go down the field, kick a game-winning field goal. That last time he had his entire team standing on the play, letting that play clock go all the way down to 2.
Yeah, you can control the clock even in a no huddle to a certain degree. But that is a factor in those 2 games you alluded to, San Diego and Kansas City. The time of possession was big. It was a factor. This is where you'd like to be able to finish out a game in the classic 4-minute mentality that we're talking about, to come out of what is your base. Got a penalty on the penalty, or penalty on the play, but you got to come out of that base and be able to finish a game in a 4-minute mentality where you got to run the clock down.
This could be a huge penalty. It's all but a game-ending penalty if this is against the Giants. Because it would be, I believe, depending, of course, what kind of penalty, it could be a first down. If it's against the Eagles, Tom Coughlin will make them re-punt it.
We have 3 fouls on the kicking team, an illegal shift, we have an illegal motion, we have holding number 50 of the kicking team. That penalty will be accepted, 10 yards, 4th down.
Right now, if you're Chip Kelly, which of those penalties you getting the most upset about? You got a whole laundry list of them.
You better hope it was more than one guy. You don't want to be the one guy. Please, God, let somebody else have done something as well.
Well, Casey Matthews was the one they ultimately got. So now they'll back him up 10 yards and punt it again. So a difference between the ball to 20 and the ball to 1. So we take a look at the upcoming schedule for the Philadelphia Eagles. On the road at winless Tampa Bay next week. That's with a quarterback making his 2nd career start. They've got the Cowboys and the Giants back-to-back at home. Go out west to the Raiders. Green Bay, you see they're 2-2. That's based on their big win today. They just routed the Lions.
Yeah, that's a workable schedule. It's one game at a time. All they're going to want to talk about is Tampa Bay. I get that. But this was a confident group I met with on Friday, and I think part of that confidence was born from the fact that they see what's in front of them. They feel very good about where they're at, and they're a healthy team right now, notwithstanding the hamstring of Michael Vick. Boy, you know, let's take some shots now, guys. I understand running the ball to set some things up, but you don't have time for that.
I don't know, Brian, perhaps the handwriting should have been very clearly written on the wall when you and I had a chance to see these Giants in Carolina 2 weeks ago, when they were just shellacked by the Panthers, who of course had not won a game. I guess we're so used to seeing Tom Coughlin New York Giants teams find a way to get it together and to be there when it matters the final 3, 4, 5 weeks of a season, and they're in 3 minutes away and 40 seconds from being 0-5.
And uncharacteristic of that, what have we seen today? Lack of a running game, penalties at key times to kill offensive drives, and not a lot of pressure by the down 4 of the defense of the New York Giants.
Well, we have obviously not given the Eagles a victory yet. But you go to Chicago, a team that was kicked around today by New Orleans. Minnesota off this week after playing in London. Then the Giants go down the road to Philly before a bye week.
I'm sure they originally thought that bye week was at a great spot. They'd probably prefer a little earlier now to see if they can get a little healthier.
That was Vinny Curry who wrapped up Eli Manning. They're going to talk about whether this is a 3rd grounding penalty against Manning today. Yep.
Tisha Browning, number 10, offense. The ball did not get back to the previous spot. Loss of down. 2nd down.
Well, clearly he's outside the pocket. And once you get outside the tackle box, that ball has to clear the line of scrimmage, and it does not. .329 to go. 2nd down, and Manning just going to
throw it in a double coverage looking for Jernigan. And it's batted away.
Well, in case you didn't hear me the first time, Tom, Fox tonight, the scariest night of the year, unless you're a Giants fan, that would be tonight. Comes early to animation domination with all new Halloween episodes, including The Simpsons Treehouse of Horror. All new tonight, starring at 7, 6 Central on Fox.
Eli Manning has not lost 5 consecutive games since he started his career 0-6 as a Giants starting quarterback in November of 2004. And ironically enough, it came against a Michael Vick team back in those days, the Atlanta Falcons. And Eli sacked back at the 19-yard line. 4th down. And they're going to punt it. Benny Logan, the rookie out of LSU, getting his first career sack. That's a young man who was very much overshadowed at LSU. All the great defensive players they had on that team under Les Miles. But he wore the jersey number 18 at LSU, and that is given to the player who has great character and great leadership playing for the Bengal Tigers. And now getting a chance in the NFL. Damaris Johnson brings it up to the 40-yard line. 2:34 and 2:33 is where it stops to play.
Well, you talked earlier about the ability to finish out a game by play calling, by formation, by play type. Here for Philadelphia, it's real clear cut. I'm going to be interested to see how Chip Kelly orchestrates if they can get a first down inside of the 2-minute. We're currently at 2:33 with no timeouts by the Giants. The game is over. Now you're just talking about taking the knees, and it's done.
Another stat the Giants don't want to hear about. 5th consecutive game, allowing 31 points or more. That ties an NFL record set by the 1954 Chicago Cardinals. Bryce Brown on first down across the 45 up to the 47. And we check in once more with Joel Klatt.
All right, thank you, Tom. And we go to Indianapolis. 4th down, last chance for the Seahawks and Russell Wilson. And he is picked off by Darius Butler. And the Colts will win this when Seattle falls from the ranks of the unbeaten 34-28. Tom, Brian, and Laura.
So a couple of teams, as you mentioned, gone from the ranks of the unbeaten today. Seattle and New England. The Giants remain in the group of the winless. And 2 minutes from making that official today.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by State Farm. It pays to double check. Talk to your agent today.
I think I have the window seat.
You better double check that, my friend. Don't think we don't know who you are.
Yeah, I'm Aaron Rodgers.
No, that's not it. You're that State Farm discount double check guy. Discount double check. Thanks to the hundreds you saved us, we could upgrade the grill class.
Grill class?
Your tongs are in your seat back.
Save with the discount double check today. Get to a better state. State Farm.
It's Darrell, Mr. Rollback. Ready for the October savings event? So be rollbacks for only $6. Hot rotisserie rollbacks on rollback day and night. Gesundheit. Don't forget dessert. Get more for your money at the Walmart October savings event.
United is rolling out global, satellite-fed Wi-Fi to connect you even 35,000 feet over the ocean. That's Wi-Fi friendly.
A lot of the fans already in their cars on the way out. Giants 2 minutes away from slipping to 0-5. The Eagles 2 minutes away from going to 2-3 under their first-year head coach Chip Kelly. And one of the big stories today is going to be the work out of the bullpen, if you will, as Bryce Brown tripped up just short of a first down. Turned in today by Nick Foles for the injured Michael Vick. Foles 16 out of 25, but perhaps more importantly, he led his team to 2 field goals, 2 touchdowns. The 2 touchdowns coming after his team had fallen behind going into the fourth quarter.
And what they lost in the running ability of a Michael Vick, they picked up in a little more efficiency in the passing game, which has kind of been missing from this Eagles offense. So you give something to get something. If indeed Nick Foles has to be the guy next week against Tampa Bay.
A couple of players out of the 40-yard line. Jason Peters and Matthias Kiwanuka not going to let go of one another. Now a little slap down punch delivered by Peters.
Personal foul, raising the face mask, number 51, defense. 15 yards from the end of the play. First down.
Now that should do it. Now, obviously, with no timeouts by the Giants, Philadelphia can simply take a knee and finish out the game.
So Peters thrown out of the game, or leaves the game, as Kelly's just going to get him out of there to keep anybody from perhaps getting into something that might have him thrown out of the game. And now it's taken knee. The Giants cannot stop it.
Now the frustration of the New York Giants, you can imagine it building. Play extending, the pushing, the shoving. You can see at the top there with Peters, and this is just frustration building on the part of the New York Giants. Not that Peters wasn't culpable as well, but Matthias Kiwanuka maybe showing the frustration of this entire New York Giant team.
I think there are a lot of people that are absolutely stunned, Brian Billick, including you and me. Not that the Eagles won this game today. Make no mistake about it. Their offense has been that good, and today they had a great performance turned in by Nick Foles. But the fact that the New York Giants are 0-5 for the first time in a non-strike year since 1979. 36-21 the final.